Ball Weep, Rogno Weep, Nitty Bong, TF Addicts. This is TFA 1024, the TF Addict, coming at you with yet another episode of TFTC. That's Transformers Thought Corner to you and me. I am your host, TFA 1024, the TF Addict, and with me I have my illustrious co host, Cyborg Raptor, as well as our recurring guest, Drifts Tech. So if you boys would like to go ahead and introduce yourselves to the audience for a brief moment.
Hey guys, my name is Matt, or Cyberraptor. As he said, I'm usually co-host here for this little event. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, I'm Drifts Tech, third-party provider, and happy to be here yet again.
Happy to have you, Drift, and Cyborg. Always good to have one of my right hand people right with me. Sorry to everyone who. Oh, wait a minute. Fantastic timing. We also have another guest. This is our good buddy, BC.
The legendary British Columbia.
Which one of you said that?
I did.
Okay, hi. Seriously, my name. Who said that?
Drift, not me.
Why? You have no idea how many times that people have actually confused that. So, for those who are actually wondering, there is a little bit of a story as to what BC now stands for. It used to be Bionicle Combiners, because, long story short, this was never supposed to be the main channel. It was supposed to be the secondary, but something happened with the first that caused me to delete it. So I've kind of fell back on the secondary, and the secondary became the main. And as time went on, I literally did no Bionicle content, so I felt the name was very superfluous.
That's a big word.
And so I started kind of sitting down and looking at different meanings, and eventually me and JJ Prime landed on Beyond Collecting.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what the BC actually stands for.
Nice little origin story of the name. But for the people at home who don't know who you are,
so I really have to give out my real name.
No, I mean, like, tell them what you do. Like, your name's BC. What do you do?
Oh, so I am. Well, obviously, I am an avid Transformers person as well. Most of my review content is Transformers, but obviously for everybody who's watching, as well as for everybody here in the panel, I'm contemplating starting up a second channel that focuses a lot more on non-Transformers reviews.
Interesting.
So yeah, this is something I've been thinking about for a little bit, but I have not quite talked about it with my editor. Which, for those who don't know, my editor is JJ Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I also have a live show of my own called The Scrapyard. I know at least Drift has been on it. TFA's been on it quite a few times. Cyborg, if you want an invite, by all means, let me know.
All right.
He's held me against my will on that show. Please help.
I don't hold you against your will. You come of your own free time.
As far as you're aware, anyway. Jokes aside,
as far as I'm,
it's good to have you here, BC.
Thank you for the invite. I'm gonna smack you later.
I don't doubt it. Anyway, so it's been a little while. I hope everyone has been doing well. Our last episode was a little bit than about a month ago, which, in all honesty, that's not too bad of an interval. All things considered, I think it's pretty good. Last episode we talked about SDCC. Holy crap, what a bunch of good reveals. And well, since we're on episode 89, we're almost up to episode 90, I figured what better topic to have than the one that's going to be affecting pretty much everyone. So, episode 89, today we're talking about how hobbies shouldn't be luxuries. But before we even so much as go on to that, Happy Transformers Day, everybody. Transformers is now officially 41 years old. Can you believe that?
Hey, bro.
The franchise is older than all of us, and yet our favorite
Yes.
shows are probably younger than us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not really a lot of special things happen today, though. Like, everyone's kind of like hyping it up, but like they haven't really done anything for it other than, well, we now finally got the Shockwave reveal, which I would show, but because I'm on an iPad, I don't have the means to screen share. So,
Well,
unless
how's
someone
that
wants
then?
to.
May I speak on the Shockwave reveal for just a moment?
Sure.
Okay, so for one, whoever came up with Shockwave, I love it. That is both the most awesome and also the funniest name I've ever heard. So that's number one. Number two, I notice a lot of people, for some odd reason, keep thinking he's a shark. I am a massive shark fanatic. Trust me, he's a whale. He is not a shark. He's a whale.
What if he's a whale shark?
Ah,
No, he would not be, because the tail fin would have to be in a different position.
Fair enough.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But I was able to very quickly rectify it.
Yeah.
That said, other than that, I'm going to say at least this much based on the pictures I was able to look at for just a couple minutes, because bear in mind, I'm a father. I don't have all the time in the world. Just looking at it straight on, I'm just being real with y'all. While I absolutely love the way the whale looks, I can already tell the robot is suffering for it.
Yeah.
Like, that robot mode, ooh, man, that thing's rough.
Yeah.
Now, that said, I'm calling it now. If and when he gets a toy, he's going to be a Voyager. There's no getting around it. He's gonna be a Voyager.
Totally agree.
So with that stated, as far as how he's going to work, I simply believe he's going to be some level of a heavy retool of Age of the Prime Skybite.
Yes, a lot of people in the TFW 2005 forums are saying the same thing. Like, they said, oh, it could be an easy retool from Skybite. So I can see it too.
Yeah, and honestly, like, admittedly, this may be the Riddle 1 fan in me coming out. I will openly admit it. But even so, if they do decide to go the route of just retooling the AOTP Skybite, cool, but I'd rather he be a brand new mold.
Agreed.
Because, well, yes, I do 100% see how, from the anatomy perspective, they look almost exactly the same. I just feel like Shockwave himself deserves to be a different mold because of how different he looks in comparison to Skybite.
Yeah. But they could, I mean, they've done stranger workarounds too, like Heatwave from Bulkhead, Cliff Jumper, and Chase.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, those are repaint/retools that actually really kind of work.
So I think they could pull off Shockwave. Or Whale Wave.
Okay, I'm not saying that I doubt they could pull it off. What I'm saying is, from my own personal preferences,
Oh,
I'd rather he be something completely new,
yeah.
as opposed to just being a retool of a figure I already heavily like. And even then, I have a massive bias towards Riddle 1 Skybite, because Riddle 1 is my G1. If y'all want to know how I feel about my G1, go ahead and check out Scrapyard. Shameless plug.
There's one detail I really love about Shockwave, and it's just the fact that his mouth has his laser gun barrel inside it. I think that's brilliant.
That's actually really.
I really like that.
I can cuss here.
I thought I would. So I'm eager to see how this is going to turn out. I really am. I'm really excited. Everyone's bummed out. It's like, oh no, Spinosaur. I know, Cyborg. I know.
Ooh.
I know. I wanted it too. I was like, oh, that'd be sick. But then when it came out and said, oh yeah, we're not doing like no fan art. It's like, but you could. All you have to do is reach out to the artist, get permission, and boom, it'd be okay.
It's not even about the fan art. It's just that you could. They could. I don't need the fan art one. I just want a Shockwave that is also a Spinosaurus. I don't need to know if it's like. I don't need a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like like if they wanted to go that route, all they'd have to do is just reach out to the artist.
I mean,
like, no, I hear you. I think
also which means that with the fact that that because that whole this whale Shockwave is primarily because of people trying to get the Spinosaurus to work. Just so that's funny.
Yeah.
But that means that a third party company can absolutely
Yes.
they can. This is their opportunity to make Budo bucks by making the Spino Shockwave happen.
Yes.
Mhm.
100%. 1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
I would love to see that.
It doesn't have to be
Creations, get on
Shockwave.
it.
Just do a Spinosaurus transformer.
Like was it
That's my
the company that made because that fan art the artist some third party companies already made his Waspinator and their Dinobot, so it's
Yeah, I
just
forgot.
get the same company.
Wait, they made the Dinobot?
Well, it never released, but there was a prototype on display years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big thing. I think it's still planned to be made. I just don't know when.
Alright.
And for those that don't know, this Dinobot is it's Beast Wars Dinobot with the alt mode of 2007 Bone Crusher.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah.
Wait. So you're saying it's Beast Wars Dinobot as far as the design of the robot, but what he turns into is what Bone Crusher from 2007 turned into.
That's absolutely correct.
That is absolutely crazy insane, and I need to see pictures of this.
I am
Yeah,
sending you it
I'll see if I
like,
can find
right
it.
now. I'm sending it like right now. I
Yeah,
just
good,
found
good.
it. That prototype looks holy crap, dude.
Yeah, their Waspinator is pretty cool. I don't have it myself,
yeah,
but I've seen
is pretty
reviews.
sick.
Wait, so
That company can absolutely they can make a smart right now and make the Shockwave because that Shockwave design, the artist like has multiple renders of that out there. Like that'd be the perfect like thing to make if you want to make $1 gazillion.
Yeah. That's sick as fuck.
Okay, so there's the confirmation of that.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Again, everyone, I wish I could screen share, but I'm on mobile devices and they.
Oh my god! Yo, who the hell is making this?
I
don't know the
some
name.
Company named Trojan Horse.
Did they do that one weird ass Waspinator that turned into a helicopter?
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
what Cyborg said. It's the same.
Yep.
It's the same company that uses the Amazing Spinos artwork.
That's where that came from?
Dude, that is fucking sick. Oh my.
Yeah, there's the Amazing Spinos artwork for reference.
You don't need it, DC. You don't need it. You don't need it.
So I think we're witnessing a new. I can't think of the word at the moment, but basically we're witnessing BC wanting a thing.
Holy moly.
Well,
I mean, if it ever comes out,
the concept of this alone is sick as hell.
Dude, you should
It's
see the rest
literally,
of
it's like the whole idea of this guy of Dynamite having that alt mode is literally a pseudo reverse Dawn of Futures Past. What would the Beast Wars characters turn into if they came to Earth in the modern day?
which yeah, you should absolutely for the like Amazing Spino. I forgot what their Twitter handle's called nowadays. It's not that, but their art amazing Transformer designs. Like their Grimlock it's not a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex fossil. So like but with all the rock is still there that makes up the rest of the T-Rex skin. Obviously their Spinosaurus Shockwave obviously has a big appeal. They have awesome kaiju designs. They're really amazing artists.
I have zero doubts on that. That's alone.
I got a free commission once by them because they were asking, hey, what Transformer should I draw? And I said Sky Gary out of just being random, and I got it. So I got a free commission.
I want to see that Sky Gary.
Pretty good.
Actually, I would be interested in seeing that too, honestly. Okay, I thought he did there was another company that, or not company, it was another artist that did a Tarn as a camel spider I was trying to look for, but I
Oh, yeah, so that's someone else.
think it's like Primus I am beat or something like that.
Primus IBM.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, don't send it to me.
I'm not.
I was about to say, you better not send that to me because
I won't.
we're not involved.
I know your boundary. I'm not going to press it.
For those wondering, I'm an arachnophobe.
So, yeah. So Shock Whale, he's officially a thing now. I'm actually really okay with it.
Initially, I would have been like, depending on how the design looked, I was either going to absolutely love it or hate it with every fiber of my fucking being. And so far, I really like it.
I was okay with whatever. I was thinking, like, what's the most unique sea creature that Shockwave could turn into? Like, I was thinking we could get a shark, we could get like a squid or an octopus.
Okay, see, we're gonna make him a shark. Let's make him something that isn't the typical shark design. Like, let me cook on this for a second. One thing is for certain: whenever a shark alt mode comes into play, there's only two that Hasbro will go for, and it's either the Great White or the Hammerhead. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys when I say I'm fucking sick of it. You want to do a new shark transformer? Do a tiger shark.
Yeah, tiger shark.
That looks too boring to you? Okay, cool. Do a bull shark. Literally just take a big, bulky ass dude, fold him up into a shark shape, and make him a bull shark. I don't see how hard that would be. Not good enough for you? Okay. Do a Titan class figure, make a megalodon.
Or a whale shark.
You could do a really old transformer as a basking shark.
I was gonna say basking shark as another one, actually.
Or better yet, if we're gonna get prehistoric with it, there is a shark that literally has a saw blade in his mouth. Do that.
Look this up. I need to look this up.
I don't remember I don't remember the actual name of the species, but I'm telling y'all, the thing legitimately existed, and it's one of the weirdest, wackiest, and also most metal looking fucking designs I've ever seen.
Apparently, it's called the Helicoprion.
Helicoprion. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That is disturbing. It looks like something you would see in like a B-rated horror film.
It is. Like it's honestly a really fucking awesome looking design.
No,
why can't we get something like that as a transformer?
It's like
why can't we get something like a goblin shark as a transformer? Like, y'all, come on. Show other species of shark a lot more love. That's all I'm asking.
I think False Convoy actually said something like turn him into a goblin shark. I'd be like, yeah, I could see that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like completely dominate the conversation, but every single time we get a shark transformer, it's the same exact fucking design, and I'm getting sick of it. Because like one of my all-time favorite designs for a shark has always been a sawtooth. I love sawtooth sharks, and yes, it's 100% because of how wacky their head is. Like they literally, like their entire nose is a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
So the way I'm looking at it, if you're gonna do a transformer, even if you gotta do parts forming for the saw blade, do one of the saw shark. I would love to see that. Or better yet, do a fusion of a saw shark and a thresher shark. Thresher sharks have a normal looking body, but that ridiculously long upper tail fin, which is where they get the thresher in their name. And then the sawtooth shark, literally, the nose is a fucking saw blade. Do a fusion of that so you can actually have them have two ridiculously long weapons in robot mode. Do that! Enough with the great whites. Enough with the hammerheads.
BC, your hyper focus is showing.
I don't care. Stop it.
They need to do a Jaws crossover, though.
Seriously, why haven't they?
Just make.
Well, they probably, well, after hearing this little rant, they probably won't now.
No, they need to do a Jaws crossover. I really like all the crossover stuff they're doing.
No, we need
A-team. We need an A-team crossover
yeah.
too.
Now you're speaking my language. Also, on the topic of sharks, we need a Sharknado Transformer crossover.
Please no. Please no.
Yes.
Poor
If you're gonna talk
Metatron.
Please, for love of God, please. If you're gonna talk about Sharknado, do one. I'm not here.
Have the background be from what was it, 3 or 4 with the Today Show?
Oh god. Good Morning America.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
sorry.
sorry. I love those movies for how cheesy they are. They're just
Yeah, I get
they're
it.
so bad.
But
They're so
it's
bad.
not
they're
good enough
funny.
to deserve a whole toy, though.
So yeah, Shock Whale. That is officially our new alt mode for Shockwave. And honestly, I think out of all 4 candidates, I'm glad Shockwave is the one to win. I feel like if you tried something with Grimlock, I don't think it would work because it's like they've done experimental type designs with him before. Like alternators turned him into a Mustang, which
Yeah, that was weird.
okay. The ones that obviously did work, I think, were like War Within and Fall of Cybertron before the dinosaur modes, where it's like he's a Cybertronian tank. So it's like those could work, but it's like, what else could you do with him? You know, the whole thing is like he's a Dinobot. Whether it's with the Y or with the I is irrelevant. We all know Grimlock as he is the giant robotic T-Rex.
Permission to answer that?
Go ahead.
If we really want to give Grimlock another alt mode that doesn't have to be a T-Rex, to kind of stay in the spirit, as well as kind of harken back to when Grimlock was kind of used as a placeholder name, make him a shovel truck.
I can see it. Kind of.
Like, obviously change the design around to where when he turns into robot mode, he looks like G1 Grimlock. But at the same time, when he turns into his alt mode, he's not a dinosaur, he's a shovel truck, where it has all of the cues of his dino mode.
I can kind of see it. I was thinking more along the lines of like if they were trying to make him more like a normalized vehicle, I don't know, turn him into like a monster truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that would not have worked as well. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Because it's like, again, out of the 4 candidates, I don't see how you can change them without keeping that original, like keeping their iconic look to them. Because it's like each robot has their own unique robot mode. Like Mirage in Cyber, spoilers for Cyber World if you haven't watched it, by the way. Mirage has a jet mode, and he's just kind of a seeker with Mirage's head. Like he literally just looks like a copy and paste of Starscream. It just with Mirage's head. That's it. Like, and it sort of works, but it's like, I guess Mirage is now like the franchise is like changing throughout the years because it's like when Mirage got introduced into Rise of the Beast, he was given this ability to basically be like the quote unquote Mercury Man from T2. You know how he could just change shape whenever into whatever, and it's like, oh, Mirage now has the ability to become the first other character that can transform into more than like 4 or 5 modes, like 6 shot and quick switch, and 6 night and great shot.
I will be right back.
Okay.
I want him to do a vote system on like repaints because I would absolutely love I mean, the first Transformers movie toy line did this, but a G1-ified Bayverse truck.
Yeah.
I want that. Just because
Yeah.
I love the flames. But I just want to see and have an Optimus Prime that has like the color scheme of the G1 truck, the flat nose truck. Because the toy in 2007 looked pretty dang cool. And someone also did a custom that looks absolutely amazing of the Revenge of the Fallen leader class. Damn.
Yeah. That'd be pretty sweet.
Do a vote system on repaints, Hasbro. Please make it worth it. And we need a new Studio Series Jazz, the Bayverse Jazz, repainted as this G1 Jazz color scheme. Please. Would love that. With all the stickers, too.
Wait, repeat that. I got slightly lost. Sorry.
No, a Bayverse G1ified Jazz repaint. But have them have the stickers and stuff.
Oh, ooh, okay.
And
I can
sideswipe, Bayverse sideswipe in red.
Yeah,
Ironhide in red.
Okay, I see where you're going with this now. Yeah, honestly, like this is kind of the equivalent of what I've been saying with like how they need to do Generation Selects G1 Color Studio Series stuff.
Yeah.
Or like just Generation Studio Series, because it's like they could make bank off of that alone with like Blackout from turn them into evac from 2007 All Spark Power with the Studio Series Blackout. That would sell pretty well in my opinion. Off-Road Ironhide, Nightwatch Optimus Prime, which my buddy Violet Customs did a really sick Studio Series custom of, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, not Studio Series. It was what was it? G2 Optimus, I think? No, I don't know. Either way. Oh no, wait, no, it was my buddy Battle Hornet. I keep forgetting his numbers and his username. Battle Hornet 127. Oh, duh. That should be easy to remember. Battle Hornet 127 did a Studio Series Nightwatch Prime, and it was gorgeous. Like,
yeah,
they need to do stuff like that, and they aren't. And it's like you're sitting on money and you're not taking advantage. It's like, what are you doing?
Hasbro is known for doing their repaints for like decades, and they aren't doing.
It's almost
many
like they
repaints
haven't
now.
done it since 1984. Oh, wait a minute.
No, I mean they used to do that all the time in the early Bayverse lines. Like you would see
Yeah.
so many repaints in 2007, and then you had the sublines of Revenge of the Fallen, so many different repaints because they re-released Jazz from 2007, repainted him as his G1 color scheme, and then painted him blue for Smokescreen.
Yeah, I remember that. I love
So
that.
many different repaints, and they all had different stories, but they still shared the robot mode and alt mode, but they were different characters, and that was cool because you could kind of just have a fuller cast than what was in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Wholeheartedly agree on that.
We need the Demolisher too. Like, come on, Hasbro, do a repaint.
Yeah, seriously, where the fuck is Demolisher?
Payload. That's why I bought that knockoff long haul that's yellow, and I'll just call him Payload. I ain't waiting.
That's what I do with mine. In fact, mine's technically hooked up to my Devastator. Because there was, I believe for Devastator, there was some concept art or there was some art where he had 2 yellow feet.
Oh, really?
I think. And then, like, obviously the one we have now is like, oh, he has long haul as the green foot. And it's like, oh, okay. So basically Payload got gangrene. Anyway. No, I remember getting that, and then I wanted to get a second one because someone made a canopy out of him.
Yeah.
And I still want to do that, but like, I don't know. Canopy's not really a character I'm dying to have. Like, for the sake of having the robot cast of the last night, I'm not really like frothing at the mouth for like, oh, Canopy. Where's my lustrous Canopy? Like, no, okay. So I don't know, man. They're dropping the ball on a lot of things, and as of today, this is where they really dropped the ball. So, subtle segue. A little while ago, there was a rumor about the upcoming price changes for Transformers figures going into 2026. It is with a sad heart that I say these are true. Because as of today, as of Transformers Day 2025, pre-orders for the brand new recently leaked day, 1 day early leader class SS86 Soundwave got revealed. The last night Nemesis Prime, and I use that in parentheses, Nemesis Prime. Seriously, fuck that concept in the last night. That's the one thing I can't stand what they did with him. And Voyager class Alpha Trion from TF1 and Deluxe class Barricade and Arachnid all went up for pre-order today. They're up now. They've been up since 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. So on Hasbro Pulse, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Walmart, wherever. The price hikes are coming because originally, as we've known for the last year now, little over a year, deluxes have been $24.99, Voyagers have been $34.99, leaders have been $54.99. Unfortunately, starting next year, the prices have officially changed from $27 to $27.99 for deluxe, $43.99 or $42.99 for a Voyager, and $59.99 for a leader class. This is bullshit. I hate sounding so entitled like this, but I have seen so many people talk about how, oh, well, I guess I'm going to stop collecting because it's too expensive for me. Or like, no, I can't justify spending this kind of money on figures that we've been paying for a duration of, our time of collecting. Like, this is honestly so just, it's unnecessary. And like, I want to preface this. I pointed this out in my stories on Instagram. I've talked about this a little bit. I understand the things with the tariffs. I understand that now Hasbro moving after 100 years being in Rhode Island, they're now moving to Boston, New Jersey, I believe.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts? I don't know. I typed it in on Google and it's like, oh, one's in New York, one's in New Jersey, one's in. I didn't know about the Massachusetts one, so they're moving to Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah.
I-
Rhode Island and MA are like right next to each other, I think. Or pretty damn close.
Gotcha. So I understand that.
They're the smallest states that people forget about.
I don't know my geometry all that well, so it's like I can't remember states and locations. Like, anyway,
Geography. Geometry is math.
what geology? No, geology is rocks.
Yes.
Geography.
Yes.
Okay,
Geography.
see, that's how long I forget because I've been out of school since 2017. Anyway, I understand that plays a factor into it as well, and obviously everything is going up. Like groceries are going up, housing is always going to keep going up. Unfortunately, everything is. And this is what breaks my heart, right? Because for me personally, I do not view spending your money on figures or video games or trading card or whatever as a luxury unless it is simply for that. A luxury in definition for me personally, in my perspective rather, is like I bought a new fucking McLaren or like a new fancy ass sports car or something, or I took a trip to the Caribbean on a cruise, or I traveled across the globe to go to Japan or some shit. That's luxury. Okay. I do not view buying stuff like that, buying stuff like figures and toys and shit as luxury, because this is not just going to impact collectors. This is going to impact parents and their kids. Cause it's like, what if, little Timmy wants a Transformer figure, but now mom and dad can't afford it because of the price.
And you got to take into account PlayStations and Xboxes have also went up.
Yeah. No, that's even like the fucking price increase with the PlayStation 5 is ridiculous. I went to the store the other day, I saw the PS Slim, and it's like, oh, it's $550 for the Slim, but the base one was $500. Like, what? What sense does that make? It's just, I love Transformers. If it wasn't obvious, I've dedicated my whole entire channel and life towards them. I won't deny that. But you know what's bad? When the people who are supporting this are starting to be like, yeah, maybe it's time we dip. I put down one fucking pre-order today, and I know this is going to make it my argument or debate or whatever null and void after saying this. I put down one pre-order today. I don't pre-order just one thing. I pre-order multiple. But this put me in such a tight position where it's like, I don't want to justify all these prices, but I pre-ordered Soundwave. And I won't deny, I've spent more from scalpers than I have on Hasbro. What bothers me is at the time I had to pay those scalper prices, that's when I couldn't find the thing. Or that's when it's like, I wanted to get it early, but no one else, everyone else was sold out. I could have waited. I won't deny that. So if I was paying scalper prices, that's not an issue for me. When it's the official fucking product that's almost equal to a scalper price, that's a problem. On top of what are the scalper prices going to look like now that they're going to be buying a shit ton of them and then doubling the price? You're gonna tell me you're gonna pay $114 for a leader class? Because after tax, it's $71, which that alone is stupid. It's like you're really gonna try and go that far? This is just like, this is either this. It's not even either. This is going to hurt Hasbro. This is going to shoot them in the foot.
I think it's going to, honestly, the only person that this really helps is honestly China in their knockoff market, because as I mentioned earlier, so Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, the Commander class, it's almost $100 with tax and everything. It's Commander class. Whereas like on AliExpress, they already have KOs, $13 for just the Prime, about $30 for the shattered glass looking KO that they have available, and then there's that new one that's like 50. That's just the regular, but just added stuff for like the Starscream head and stuff. This is really going to amp up the third-party market, and it's really going to take a lot of money away from Hasbro because everyone's going to be waiting. Like kind of what I do with Legos. Whenever I see a Lego I like, I don't get the Lego. I wait until I see the stuff on Show Z, because they always make the KOs, like the Black Pearl, the new Lego Black Pearl. I'm not getting that. That's almost $400. Screw that. I'm waiting for the KO that I can get for $40. Like, good lord. This is really going to change where people spend their money, not how they spend their money. This is really only going to give more money to China.
Yeah. I even believe I even said it in my story. Like, this is going to give me a chance to go back to collect stuff, like stuff that I missed out when I was a kid or slightly older, or I can start getting Takara and third party stuff now, because I really cannot justify these prices. Like, unless your quality is matching the amount of money you're willing to label it for, it's not worth it. And it's one of those cases where it's like, speak with your wallet. So it's like, for me, they're lucky they're getting the 71 for Soundwave, because that's all I really do want, at least right now, because I know he was going to sell out, and unfortunately he is sold out on Hasbro Pulse at the moment. Like, he went by fast. It was crazy. It was not even an hour and then gone instantly. But like, now this begs the question, like, okay, so these are these three size classes. What about Titans? What about Commanders? What about exclusives? Like, what are the prices for exclusives going to look like now?
And the thing is, I want to bring up two things. One thing that is a personal thing for me, that I don't think people are taking into account, that really has me worried, as somebody who offers third-party upgrades. It's something I'm very passionate about, something I love doing. I've really grown in the community. I've been known, and I love it. But with this, it's really going to make people buy less figures, okay? Because a wave, they're going to have to set aside probably an extra $50 to $70 now per wave, per quarter wave. Okay, and a leader class is now $60, maybe $60 to $49 or something like that, depending on the tax. The thing that sucks for me is that, let's say there's a missing weapon for that. Maybe there's a sword for an Optimus Prime that he really needs to really make that figure whole. Let's say I release that for $8 or $10, just depending on the complexity of the design, the materials needed, and the paint, and the time that it takes me to paint that. It now turns that $60 figure into a $70 figure. Now, what if it needs a new head? Well, I usually like to use stronger materials on the heads. I usually take more time with painting the heads because I want them to look nice. I want them to look better than the stock. That's my main goal whenever I do stuff, make it better than the stock. So it could either be 17 or 20. Well, now that $60 figure is now 80. Who would want to do that when someone could just go back and say, well, I'll just buy a commander class and not spend anything, because typically commander classes are more complete than leader classes. So the thing is that this makes me feel for everybody, and even myself in some regard, because I got to buy almost every figure to make upgrades for it, because I want to try and offer as much as I can. I mean, I have a whole shelf of figures that I haven't done anything for because I'm trying to do stuff for figures I don't even like. Most of the stuff I sell afterwards, I'm done. So the thing that really impacts me is I'm fearful on what this means for the future of third-party upgrades. Because if people are going to have to cut into their budget to pay a bill, they're not really going to want to spend on upgrades because these figures are so damn expensive. That's the thing. And the second is this really impacts children,
Yeah.
and this really impacts, everybody's birthdays, that they want a new Optimus Prime. And
Yeah.
it's impacting the middle class because everything's going up. And your mom and pa may be like, yeah, I can't make that, son. You're going to have to get
It's
the
not even middle
deluxe.
class anymore, man. They cut that out, or at least that's what they're trying to do. Because it's like right now, it's basically poverty and the rich. There is no middle class. It's like working class. Like
Well,
the whole
to be
economical.
considered middle class now, you got to make six figures, according to a lot of financial people on the internet.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, according to like Dave Ramsey and all of them. You got to make six figures in this economy to be considered middle class now, because
Well-
there's weights. There's low class of the middle class, and then there's high class of the middle class too, because there are tiers within the tiers. So to be middle class, you got to make six figures. If you're like making 70 to 80K, you're on the lower end of the middle class. And you have car payments that are going up, you have interest rates that are going up, and that's all going to impact everybody. We're all adults here, and then some adults have children, and the children want the new thing, and they also want the consoles, because who doesn't? This is the modern world.
Oh,
So
yeah.
parents are really going to have to choose, okay, Sonny, you're going to either have the new iPhone, you're either going to have the new PlayStation, or you're either going to have the new Optimus Prime figure or a new Titan figure, because you can't have it all anymore. Because the tariffs have made everything go up, in some regards, $400 extra. And this really
Yeah.
sucks for everybody. And it may go up more because it may have a yearly price increase. Because you guys also got to realize these prices that we just named prior to the upgrade, to the updated one, this was for the 2025. They already increased their prices this year. This is the second price increase in less than, what would that be, 9 months? This is crazy.
I could have sworn we were paying like 25 for like the current prices,
No.
not the ones for 26, but I could have sworn we were paying for those prices
No.
even before Age of the Prime.
I got a lot of my deluxes for $19.94 at Walmart. Some places are $19.98 as well. It really just depends. I don't know. Some of the tags are a little weird, but it's typically between, about 20 something with tax. And then a lot of not deluxe, sorry, Voyagers are still $29.99. Yeah, I've
I
never.
gotta do more. I gotta do
Sorry.
more research. I'm gonna do that as the show continues. But like, I could have sworn we were paying like 25 for a deluxe in Kingdom.
No,
Might be wrong.
no, I never did.
Well, yeah. Okay, this is not the official prices. Oh well, I agree with everything you're saying, by the way. Like, yeah, those are all very important points to make up. And like, I clearly, what am I trying to say here? Because my tongue's going faster than my brain, so like the words are coming out, but they're coming out in a jumble. I'm more so when I speak this, I more so am concerned for me because for people like me,
Mhm.
I collect solely for the sake of this is a thing that makes me happy. This is a thing that improves my quality of life. It doesn't improve it to where it's like, oh, this will get me a job, or
Therapeutic.
this will, it's like it's therapy. It's an essential therapy for me. Essential for me, not essential for everyone. Everyone's different. Everyone works different ways. But for me, I've noticed these have helped me through so much.
Yeah,
I made a video
absolutely.
a while back, a long while back. I think I deleted it or archived it or something. But I made a video on how I talked about how Transformers saved my life, because they honestly have. I have never felt more connected to something like this, and it's mainly thanks to my parents, who, as I love to keep pointing out, are no longer with me, unfortunately. They started me off on all this, and like even during those times where it's like they couldn't be there, Transformers were there, because Transformers reminded me of them and my family, and like allowed me to escape into the world of Cybertron and like, you know, all these amazing adventures and such like that. They helped me liberate some of my creative struggles with like storytelling and like learning about character and like even creating characters. Like I'll take a random repainted character, like, I don't know, throwing out there DK2 guard. I'll give him a name, I'll give him a backstory saying like, oh, he's like an Autobot like bodyguard or something.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give him a name like Vanguard or something like that. And it's like, that's what I like about that kind of thing. So when these prices keep going up, and again, I will reiterate, I have paid these prices before from scalpers.
Yep.
But when it comes from the official source, that's where I'm kind of like,
It hurts worse.
yeah.
Because now you got to take into account what's the scalpers going to do now?
Yeah.
Because you thought the scalper prices were ridiculous. Well, now where are the scalper prices going to be? I mean, it's going to be like a crazy amount now.
And here's the other factor that's going to play into all of this, right? Collecting and everything has been a struggle so much lately, that the one thing that is still affecting all this, distribution. Where's the promise that there's going to be enough stock for the demand? Where is the reliability or the liability of each store is going to have exactly what they ordered, or if any store is going to order the proper amount, or any amount for that matter? I'm still to this day, public service announcement, by the way, if anyone wants to help out, I got a 30th birthday coming up. I'm still struggling to this day to find the stupid fucking Target exclusive Devastation 2-pack.
I've been looking for you, bud.
I appreciate it. I cannot find that though. My Target got it once online. It said that it had it, and then I was gonna go and get it, and then it's been sold out ever since. And I got an email like a couple days ago saying, "Oh, it's back in stock," at like 2:58 in the afternoon, and I woke up too late, and then by the time I went to check, it was sold out again. Hasbro Pulse hasn't updated it. Target hasn't been updating it. I can't find it anywhere. The only time I technically saw it was at Big Redhead Vintage Toys, and he had the Seeker for $45. And that was it. At this rate, I don't even care about the fucking box. I just want the figures.
Yeah.
But I'm also a box
Cyborg.
when it comes to studio
sorry.
series, so. No, go ahead. What?
Cyborg, what's you haven't really said anything. I want to make sure you get your turn.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. The problem is that you've been hitting every comment on the head I was going to bring up, so it's hard to jump in. Because I agree. Like with when it comes to these prices, because it's very clear when these toys were made, they were designed for children. That was the target audience. Since then, as prices increase, it's becoming clear that the target audience is becoming collectors, majority collectors who, odds are, have their own income, who will gripe and grumble about the prices, but will buy. Ergo, TFA, he still pre-ordered. He could choose not to and fight the price and be like, I'm not going to buy any of these because it's ridiculous. But no, he's like, eventually people are still going to buy these. That's kind of the problem. And that, for me, it's kind of hard for me to say because I'm not a collector. I buy occasionally. I don't go out for any, like, I don't try to complete any sets. So it's seeing these price increases. It sure does suck because it's not like I'm not going to buy Transformers. I will buy occasionally, but it doesn't hit me directly.
Now you're kind of like in a box where it's like, do I want to spend this kind of
exactly?
Money on this
Yeah,
figure?
I'm already at the spot where like I really only buy Transformers when they're on sale. So when they go on sale and they end up being prices that were the original prices anyway, that's going to be like, well, I'm not even going to spend that price. But yeah, it's with the toys being supposed to be for kids, and then when mom and dad go in the toy store and they're like, well, I'm not. Imagine, like I was thinking of this. Imagine if these prices were out now, and someone wanted to get Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, who is extremely small.
Yeah.
Like he's practically the size of a core class, really.
He's like 3 inches. He's not even like 3
yeah.
inches.
I'm not going to spend. There's nowhere in my mind would I see willing to spend $30 after tax for a small dude like that, for a small piece
No,
of plastic.
hell no.
Like that's been my gripe for even before this price increase, is that the figures are like the size between, especially like Voyager and Deluxe, are starting to kind of blur.
Yeah,
And that's
well,
the same case with Leaders and Voyagers.
yeah, that the whole thing and this is again another factor to keep in mind too, is like they ditched the scale, so it's no longer like, oh, this is the size we're selling at, this is the engineering. So it's like Deluxes have a more slightly simplistic transformation approach. Voyagers are a little bit more involved. Leaders are more or less kind of the same to a degree. Commanders obviously come with extras. Titans are just big. So it doesn't excuse it, but it is a viable factor.
Yeah, it's enough for me to be like, if because in the end, I'm paying for mass. I am giving them money for something here, and if part of the selling point is the interaction, especially like depending, and sometimes the figure, there's been Transformers where I'm like, this is not fun to change and transform. Like why? Then I'm biting that small, and I'm not having fun. And then I'm losing some factor there. And I don't know. It's going to be a thing where this point on, like, yeah, as you guys were all saying, kids will be less and less of a target. The only people who will be buying these are either collectors, scalpers, and like maybe I will say it's not like the parent demographic's going to leave. Like they'll eventually there'll be some parents out there who can't afford this, and they'll be like they'll be annoyed. But those will buy it. My hope is that with this new price increase, I'm hoping there's enough of a drop in sales where they have to like double think and be like, we might need to change something here. They probably won't. This is all, again, as you mentioned, this is probably involving the tariff situation. But even those tariffs go away, but these toys still sell as normal as they do, then why would they bring it back down? Like if we're already making profit and no one's if people are still buying it anyway, let's just keep the profit.
Sorry to cut off. I'm just kind of jumping in, piggybacking off of you too. But like something to point out too is Chris Cox, the CEO of Hasbro currently, who took over after Brian Goldner's passing, who was also the same Chris Cox who screwed over Microsoft. Don't want to get into that. He even said, even with tariffs, the prices were still going to go up.
Yeah. Like, so with that factor,
so like he already knew or already had it dead set. Like, yeah, we're just going to raise the prices again, and they're going to be aimed towards collectors. And it's like, oh, fuck you too, then I guess.
Yeah.
It makes me like I have no. I barely had an interest in collecting. Again, like, it kind of sucks because there's some figures that they announced before this price change that were cool, like Amalgamus. I would like to have Amalgamus or Onyx. Now I'm kind of more iffy if I want those, or at least I'll wait until they're on sale, so I won't get them for a while. And also, another good point is that there's now companies who are making the same figures, just third party, like just cheaper plastic.
Knockoffs.
Yeah, knockoffs. And I used to hate buying knockoffs. I thought I originally, like years ago, I would be like, no, I'd rather have the full figure. But now that I have a couple knockoffs myself, like I love the Studio Series, the 2007 or Dark of the Moon, like Optimus.
Oh, you have Bioway?
Yeah, I love that thing. Great.
Yeah.
Like I think actually the plastic does feel slightly cheaper, but I think actually the paint's better. I love the more accessories. Yeah. I love the face without the faceplate. I'm in love with it. Dude, as long as you handle it carefully.
I'm like, sorry.
So what?
Sorry. I was gonna say I love that thing so much. I bought it like 4 times actually.
I bought it twice. Yeah, I bought it twice too.
I bought the Ultra Magnus, I bought the Nemesis, and I bought the Scourge. The one with the teal flames.
Yeah, and that's another thing is that we can buy it twice because it's cheaper. It was all the stuff, like I think it was still around $30, but you're getting much more than what the original figure provided. I think that we'll probably see more rise of like people just buying KOs. Like I'll probably get the KO their Bioway the Dark of the Moon Shockwave. So like it's I don't know. It's kind of weird for me. And yeah, no, it's that's really kind of where I ended at there. Is that this is going to be. I'm hoping. I guess what I was trying to say earlier. My hope is that enough people say no to where there
It's
might be a
noticeable.
change. Yeah.
And I hate that I'm kind of already sort of contributing to the problem, but I also had the same conversation with Red over at Big Redhead, and he made a very valid point. It's like you either jump on these pre-orders as soon as they go up, or you miss out on the chance. Because I can tell you flat out, I've only seen Megatronus and Megatronus and G2 Grimlock maybe a handful of times at Target. I have not seen Age of Extinction Prime except at GameStop. Whatever the current Studio Series leader is, I saw Grimlock. I have not seen Megatron. Probably because I have scalpers in my area. I wouldn't be surprised if I do. They're everywhere. But like, who's to say Soundwave is going to make it to shelves over here? You know, who's to say he's going to make it to the store 20 miles from here or whatever? Like, it's not. It's unknown. Because, and it's the main thing too, where it's like retailers do not order enough stock to supply the demand. And it's open too. It's like I've had conversations with it. It's like, okay, well, if you guys aren't ordering enough stock, like who do I speak to about that? Your manager? Like, because I doubt like one person asking like, hey, can you order this case of Transformers so I can just get what I need? Like, I don't think we're gonna do that. And this brings into another point too, because it's like Hasbro, who's been doing Marvel Legends since however long they've been doing it. I don't know Marvel Legends. If anyone wants to educate me in the comments, please feel free. But like they started doing made to order figures, right? They did Dragon Man from the Fantastic Four. I was iffy about that because from what I'm aware when it comes to made to order stuff, they put up a listing. There's a pre-order window for a certain amount of time. And then however many pre-orders they get in, that's how many they make. That's how many they ship out. If they do that with Transformers, I think that would be a smart move. But at the same time, I can see it also kind of be a backfire because it's like, what if they put up a character that no one gives a flying fuck about and no one orders it? You know, it's like, what if they have everything at the ready for that character? They have the mold, they have everything, and no one orders it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know everything about that process. I could very well be wrong. And you know what? If I am, again, feel free to politely educate me. I don't know all about this stuff. I would love to learn. It'd be cool. But like, and apparently Kingdom prices and Studio Series stuff was like $22.99 like a couple years ago, and then it's now 20. Now it's going up to 25. So we have been paying these little prices for a bit, but like it's still mind-boggling to me. That's like we're going to be paying $30 after tax for a deluxe. We're going to be paying 45 to almost 50 for a Voyager.
Yeah. See, that's why I can't like factor that in. Like I refuse to. I think I have to refuse. Like it has to be a character that I'm like, I love that character.
Yeah.
Like I will not like try to complete a set.
At this rate, for me, the only reason I pre-ordered Soundwave, and again, I know I am part of the problem at this moment. I only got him because this is the best version of the character that we're gonna get. I don't see them doing another one anytime soon. I really don't. The Netflix one was fine. This has leader engineering to him, so he'll fit in a lot better with SS86 Megatron.
Oh.
What happened there?
Okay.
Oh, he had to go on a BRB. Oh, okay. He'll fit in a lot better with Megatron and the Decepticons. The new Seeker mold will obviously help that too, which, oh God, that's going to be a bitch. I just thought about that too. If that $60 price point is going to be for Thundercracker and Skywarp and however much they're going to charge for the exclusive Starscream. Yeah, this is going to have to be a case of shop smarter, not harder, or don't shop at all. Cause like there are characters I don't really give a shit about. Like, when the SDCC reveals came out, I think I was kind of indifferent towards Quick Strike, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like, part of me still wants him because he was part of the Beast Wars cast, but it's like, do I want to spend $27 on him? I kind of don't want to. But at the same time, I feel like, well, if I don't, I'm never going to see him. So, I don't know. It's like, I could sit here and bitch about it. I'll still probably get the stuff, but it's like, I'm definitely going to be shopping smarter, not harder. Because someone else pointed this out in the comment section. And by the way, thank you to everyone who's been participating in chat. Appreciate you guys. Let me see. Excuse me. Marvelous Prime. this comment right here, I resonate with this so hard. Every time I've been trying to find a figure, it is not enjoyable. It feels so much like a headache, and it just adds stress onto something that is supposed to be a, relief. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a hobby. So ultimately, what it boils down to for me is like, I feel this, because how many times is it going to be where it's like Hasbro puts up pre-orders, they put up their estimated release date, oh, it's coming out early, or we go to a store and we don't find what we're looking for. I still haven't seen Sideways or Excellion in Walmart. I have them, but I have not seen them in Walmart once.
So none of your Walmarts have the little like things set up.
Nope.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if you knew about that, but that's how I found Sideways and Excellion.
Yeah, I
Like,
know about the little end cap
honestly,
kiosk display thing. My Walmart does not even have that at all.
yeah, nah. Here in my state, there are some Walmarts that legit don't even bother carrying Generations anymore.
Yeah, it's concerning. I keep making the joke every time I go to Walmart. It's like, oh, this is what's in stock. Depression.
Yeah, and now I'm starting to think that they're taking that a little too literally.
Honestly, every time I've gone up there this far, I have only seen one stray red alert from wave 1, mind you. And I just recently saw Crasher, Vortex, and Alchemist Prime.
Yeah, literally the day I finally got my copy of Vortex in the mail, I've been finding him nonstop.
So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think
Yeah.
management is like making some weird choices, or warehouses are. I don't know. I just think if you're gonna have a release date, have it released for like every retailer on the same date. None of this. Oh, this shipment got screwed up in some other truck or some shit, and then we got the stock. No, fuck that. Like honestly, this is one of the times where it's like you need street dates. Release the stuff in one thing, one go. Don't fucking none of this early crap. None of this. Oh, we're not ordering enough, or we're only ordering one case, or what. Like, no, just order enough stock for the supply for the demand. But at the same token, now it's probably going to be even less likely, because I can't even imagine what it's going to be like for these retailers to order cases of these figures at that current price point. I feel like they're going to lose. Like, okay, it might be a bit of an exaggeration, but like I feel like they could lose some money, not a lot, but like I feel like they could lose some, and they could still be like,
Retailers care about money a lot more than you would think, to the point where if the prices are causing stock to not sell, they're gonna say something about it. To the point where it's gonna force Hasbro's hand to go back to lower prices.
right.
That's literally how it has to happen. Now, of course, and I hate to be that guy, a lot of these higher prices also fall on us. I realized I said when it came to the Nemesis Prime, shut your mouth and buy it. When it comes to something like this, where the prices are making our hobby a luxury and less of an actual hobby, then at that point, yeah, no, 1000% speak with your wallet. Don't buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't buy a single fucking thing. And if you absolutely have to have your plastic crack, like, itch, wait for sales, or be very, very picky with what you get.
Again,
Like, I realize all of this is easier said than done. I get it. But in this particular case, if you want to go back to lower prices, keep that wallet in your pocket. Don't buy a single thing. That will force Hasbro's hand.
Correct.
And again, case in point for me, I only pre-ordered Soundwave today.
Yeah,
That was the first time I literally was like, I'm just ordering this one. I even told David, I told him I'm just ordering Soundwave. I'm not ordering Nemesis Prime. I'm not ordering Barricade. I'm not ordering the TF1 stuff, because I was afraid that, because I saw someone on Instagram be like, oh no, the current prices we have right now, those are fine. I'm like, okay, good. I went on Toy Shiz's Instagram and went to their affiliate link for Walmart. And when I opened it up on Instagram, it's like, oh, Soundwave, $59.99. I'm like, wait a minute. Then I see a story or an article shared on Facebook from IGN, and then they're like, oh, here's Soundwave. Here's his price. I was like, wait, 15? Like, no. Like, no, please. And then the pre-orders officially went up, and I saw all that. I'm like, well, you bent my arm. Like, I had all this planned to pre-order the ones I really wanted, or I knew that were going to sell out. Thankfully, the only one that sold out was Soundwave. So this was a case of shopping smarter, not harder. But even then, $71 after tax is ridiculous.
Now, I'm not bragging, but since I'm utilizing Amazon Prime, mine's only going to be $64.
I don't even like that leaders are now $60. I remember having to pay those for like Revenge of the Fallen leaders or 2007 leader classes in Pennsylvania. Stupid.
Yeah. In my state, they were still $40.
You just like
Hey,
adding
I'm
salt.
glad you mentioned that because like I remember in my state, I remember them also being 60 TFA. When I saw them go back to 60, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I mean, at least it's, I guess when I saw leaders price increase, I'm like, that sounds normal actually. I don't know why that's weird to me.
I knew I wasn't fucking alone.
Yeah.
Everyone I've said that to is like, oh, that's weird. I only paid like 50. Oh, I only paid like 40. I'm like, why did I have to pay 60?
All right, good. I'm glad. So part of me is like, wait, was I overpaying on figures this whole time somehow? So I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one.
Like even around Armada days, like as far as I remember, Optimus and whatever the other big one was. I don't think it was Megatron. It wasn't Tidal Wave. I don't think Tidal Wave was 60. Tidal Wave was 30 back then, actually. I think Optimus was 60 because I think he was like the biggest one at the time. And then Unicron came out. It's like, oh, he's 100. It's like, what? I mean, valid, but like, what?
Wait. Unicron was 100 for you?
The Supreme classes in my state were like $100. Yeah.
Dude, they were like 60 in mine.
Point being, I'm glad to know leader classes were 60 for someone else as well, because I knew it wasn't just me. Like, if it's a Pennsylvania thing, I'd be in this particular case, and I love that state with all my heart. Fuck Pennsylvania for doing that. Stupid sales tax and garbage like that. But since it's not, I forgive you. Because I knew it wasn't just me. But yeah, no, like, the leader class price point, I'm willing to forgive to a degree, but like, this is pushing it. This is $59.99. I hate it. It just takes me back and gives me Vietnam flashbacks. But like, Voyagers, I absolutely cannot accept. You're telling me $43 or $45 after tax is what we're paying now for a Voyager?
Yeah,
no.
Hasbro, seriously, we need to have a conversation, and it involves that $43 price point. You're out of your fucking mind. I'm like,
willing.
I realize that I'm not really supposed to be big on public calls and shit like that. In this particular case, I'm making an exception. What the fuck, Hasbro? What the actual fuck, Hasbro? $43 for a Voyager. If you would have forced me to pay that on the fucking Constructicons, I'd have lost my fucking mind on you.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me with that?
Oh no.
I'm already having moments where I'm looking at the TF1 Alpha Trion Voyager, and I'm literally asking myself, do I really want to pay the $40 price point for this shit? And each time I'm coming up on no.
BC.
What?
You just reminded me of something, and I kind of hate that you did.
What?
Combaticons. Brawl and Swindle are going
See,
to
now I'm even more upset.
You're the one that mentioned the Constructicons.
I was using it to make an example.
Oh, your example led to another potentiality, and that's exactly.
Point is, this. If they would have said, "Oh no, we got to put it up to at least 37," same thing they did with the deluxes, I'd have been able to eat that a little easier. I would have been like, you know what, couple bucks, no big deal. I can live with that. That's not that big. $43 fucking dollars. Y'all will be lucky if I complete the Combaticons next year.
The engineering
like,
better. Oh, sorry.
Because I'm at that point where I'm literally asking myself, why the fuck am I bothering? Like, I'm literally looking at my fucking collection, and then I'm looking at my PlayStation, and I'm like, which one do I want to value more now?
Yeah.
And it's like, as messed up as this is going to sound, a good chunk of my life revolves around that PlayStation. And it's not just me. It's me and my son. We use my PlayStation as the main source of entertainment. That is how we play our Netflix stuff. That is how we play our Amazon Prime stuff. That is how I play my games. That's how we keep JJ entertained with a bunch of things on YouTube. Like, that is a massive necessity for our lives. So if I'm contemplating the idea that I may need to give up the PlayStation for something else, you know it's getting bad. Because I don't play nearly as many video games as I used to, and the only thing that's keeping that PlayStation alive right now is the need to keep my son happy. Now, granted, we do take him outside and all that, and that's perfectly fine and dandy. But let's face it, 9 times out of 10, the only one that doesn't get home until relatively late is me. My wife's not going to be able to keep him entertained for longer than 8 hours. So she's got to be able to fucking keep him entertained somehow. So the fact that I'm contemplating getting rid of the PlayStation for the sake of the collection, that should tell you everything. The $59.99, I could kind of eat that. It depends on the character. The $27.99, it's a little jarring for me, but I can get the fuck over it. $42.99, no, absolutely the fuck not.
Nope.
Like that's one where I want to have a fucking talk with Chris Cox. I want to have a talk with Chris Cox and ask him what the fuck is going on and who the fuck do you think you are? You may be the CEO, but bitch, you don't run my wallet. You don't pay my bills. You do not get to sit here and expect me to pay these bullshit prices just because you fucking said so. Fuck out of here with that shit. Now I'm done.
Every time you go into a tangent, it's a delight. I just want to say that.
Huh?
Every time you go into a tangent, it's a delight. I just want to say that.
How is it a delight?
I'm not being a smart aleck or anything. I genuinely mean it. I love the passion behind them. I really do. Because I agree wholeheartedly. Especially on someone who is on a very fixed income. Then granted, there are people out there that be like, oh, well, TFA could probably resolve that way easier than you think. Let's see. Be in my shoes for a moment.
He can.
Be in my shoes here for a moment, okay? I am a neurodivergent young adult. Well, young adult-ish. I mean, 30 in the eyes of society. I'm still basically a baby, kind of. But I have ADHD, autism, bipolar, OCD, ODD. I have a plethora of neurodevelopmental issues with disorders in my mind. There are some people out there who can make it work for them and have work with them or through them or whatever. They can get a functional job. They can do this and that, the other. I have tried, like BC said, I can't. This is a case of, do I want security enough to pay my bills, my rent, etc., and have a little bit of money on the side for me to save or spend a little bit of? Or do I want to lose that income entirely and try to depend it on a job that I don't even know I'm going to be able to keep for a long period of time, let alone the rest of my life?
It's a struggle. And not everybody is built for that struggle.
What sounds better for that? Me potentially being homeless again, or having the stability, even if it is through the government and they barely cover that, for basically the rest of my life? I think I'm going to go with the one that's giving me the better results. It's not the one that I want, but it's the one that's keeping me around. And there are a lot of people out there who frown upon it. And it's like, oh, you spend your money on government money on this shit. I flat out told them I spend money on Transformers. They don't fucking care. They give the money. They're like, that's your money. You do whatever you want with it. I still pay my bills. I still be a responsible adult to a degree. It's not like I'm just randomly spending it on shit like crazy. My point being is, though, as someone who is on a fixed income, this is now going to make it even more challenging. And you're talking to someone who has already started the process of trying to cut back even more. I have not bought a single figure myself this month. Granted, David's been the one that's helping me with that, and huge props to him because he's been a wonderful support. But I've been struggling so hard to keep money in my bank account because it's like I have it there. I want to be able to keep it. I want to be able to not spend it because I have plans. I'm going to TFCon, by the way. You know, like, but there's a part of me that's like, well, the figures are out right now. If I get it now, I don't have to get it later. But I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to practice what is called delayed gratification. And it's a bitch. And it's something that with a lot of people with ADHD struggle with. It's not fun.
Oh, I can attest to that. That is a bitch and a half. So the fact that I'm able to do it a lot of the time, it's a fucking miracle.
I still see certain figures on Amazon
I'm
right now
back.
that I wish I could get, but I can't because I'm trying to save that money.
Hey, real quick question, Cyborg.
Yeah.
Your icon is that TV Godzilla?
It sure is.
Uh,
I love you for that. Anyway, sorry.
Thank you.
If you love him for that, you should go watch his reels where he does little fan dubs of the
Yeah.
chibi animations.
I'm dubbing the cartoon right now.
They're fun. Still no.
So what are we talking about now? What's the topic?
Right now, we're talking
He
about-
was basically he was piggybacking off of my my big tangent where I basically openly called Hasbro out and basically said, if I'm granted the opportunity, I want to have a conversation with Chris Cox.
And then I jumped off the fact where it's like I'm talking about how it is from my standpoint as someone who's on a very fixed income, who cannot work, who has tried to get work, and is now basically stuck in the system of Social Security.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, they like to keep you in it. And it's like, after bills and everything, I don't even have enough money to enjoy a hobby, which is now basically going to be a fucking luxury. Which, again, as the title of this fucking episode, a hobby should not be a luxury.
Yeah. And I'd like to say a few things about that if you'd let me.
Absolutely.
Just really quick. You know, let me pull it up here because I have everything saved.
Oh, damn.
Because I
you
was
came
trying to
prepared.
prepare. So the official definition of a luxury is the state of great comfort and elegant living. So basically having something that's high priced, known for its like flashiness, you know, what's the word? Signaling, yeah, I have this. And toys typically aren't that. They're made for, you know, broad access, everyday enjoyment of everybody, you know, kids, adults, you know, and toys serve for so many different reasons, you know, enjoyment, interactivity. You have like even developmental, educational reasons, you know, it's a whole bunch of other stuff. And they're made to be cheap. They're mass produced. And now it seems like Hasbro is doing what Lego did. They're pricing out kids because it used to be, oh yeah, you could get a set of a Lego, $12, kid would love it. Now you can't get much for $12. I mean, I'll go back to the Black Pearl, almost $400, and Hasbro also released a $1,000 Death Star. You know, they're aiming more for the collectors because they know that's where the money is, and I feel like they're gouging stuff now, and that's what Hasbro is doing. And I will say now, it seems like toys are a luxury because let me give you another definition. Luxury goods are typically categorized by exclusivity, high price, and a status signaling. It seems like with these prices, if someone has to choose between paying a phone bill or a hospital bill or electricity, internet, what have you, they will choose to pay the bill instead of the toy or, you know, just toy, action figure, model kit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that feels like high price and exclusivity because only certain people can buy it. Not everybody can enjoy it. there's not a brand, there's not a broad access to it anymore. You can't just pick up 2 leader class figures without it hurting the bank anymore. You know, it's $120, maybe $125 with tax, depending on your state.
Yeah, that's like a phone bill or like an electric
Yes,
bill.
that
right
is
there.
a phone bill. That is 100% a phone bill, unless you go with Verizon, who is overpriced. And then it's like $300.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But the thing is, it used to be, and I'll show this here with the market structure and pricing, only a small fraction of toys can be categorized as luxury items, and those are handcrafted collectibles. Those are the accepted characteristics of a luxury in the toys. But now, with the luxury goods characterization, it's exclusivity, high price, and status signaling. If you can't get the figures you want because you have to pay a bill, then that is the same way as saying I can't get a Bugatti or a Lamborghini because I have bills to pay.
Yeah.
That is in the same concept. I mean, it may not be word for like exact because there's quite a bit of difference between a Bugatti or
fucking
whatever.
car, like a
Yeah,
figurine.
but the concept and mindset of which you come to that conclusion of your decision is the same. I have bills to pay. I can't afford it. At that point, it is a luxury. And that's why I think, yeah, they are becoming a luxury item because not everybody can get it because people have bills to pay. The concept of your mind, the concept that runs in your mind when you go, okay, what toy do I want? What pre-order will I actually choose because I have to pay the bill at that time? That is saying, okay, let's take a look at some luxury watches. Well, that one's 14K. Well, I have a bill to pay. I can't get that. That looks sweet, but I can't get that. It's the same mindset as if you were to go there. And I think it's a luxury now because with taxes now and sometimes even shipping, you know, if you don't go through Amazon or Walmart, it's going to be outrageous for people because I tried to go through CMD store or Toy Arena, about $20 worth of shipping. If I get a freaking leader class figure, that $60 figure is now $80 because of shipping. Like, come on. That's all I got to say about it. That's my conclusion. That's my stance.
Man, Drift, you keep hitting everything I want to say. That's good. I'm like, God damn it! Maybe I should start talking first.
I'm sorry.
Cyborg. He
No,
might
no,
take personal.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I was like, I was honestly, I was prepared to make a big old speech because
I was
I'll say
waiting for
this.
that, 'cause
And
it's like this is a topic that you really wanted to dive into. And it's
yeah,
like, I wanna give you that
I guess
shot.
because when I heard that the base topic was hobbies aren't a luxury, I was gonna play 100% devil's advocate that hobbies are, in my opinion, are a luxury. Like the luxury of as Joe was saying, like things like bills, like after you're done paying with bills, and some of us pay like rents, mortgages, there's it's not just like the money, but also the free time because a lot of us also work.
Yeah.
We're thinking like kind of I think like we think of the modern person, where I think we may be thinking a little bit too small. We're thinking worldwide. There are people out there who don't have the luxury to do even like the more free-ish hobbies, like fishing. I mean, a lot of things. It's kind of hard to say what's really free of a hobby. Like what hobby is actually like, free, like exercising. You can make that a free
like
hobby.
playing sports like basketball or
Yeah,
something.
there's some people out there who literally came for that because either they have to do everything with their families, or there's and if we're talking like worldwide, like crisis wise, like there are people out there who are out there dying, and there are revolutions and wars and shit.
Yeah.
There are people out there who cannot even. Yeah, exactly. There's people out there that can't even consider the idea of a luxury of like a hobby. I do believe that like toy, like especially if we're talking of the specific hobby we're talking about, Transformer toy collecting, it's a luxury. It is a luxury 100%. It was a luxury before this topic. It's a luxury for a long time. It's but like I agree with everyone here that this is especially now as of today, it's a luxury that not everyone can do now, and even before this conversation, like it was it's not a very accessible hobby to get into, especially because he was saying way earlier in the stream, how, like where the middle class lands, and how none of us here are really in the definition of middle class, and so it's hard. I also like this is like, and there are people out there who will probably just gripe about this, but they'll just play along. Like I won't lie, like I'm in an area where I could, like I go to Japan every other year now. I live in I'm in that percentile where I could buy all these and gripe about it, but I'll still do it. And I won't. I don't. I'm not gonna buy any of these guys actually. But there are people out there that just like, I don't know. I think there's too many collectors out there who will just gripe and buy anyway, especially because there's some people out there who need to buy these because that's their livelihood. Like
like
toy
toy reviews and stuff.
toy reviewers, toy reviewers are like, Few is going to buy these toys anyway. Fucking, he's not going to say no. Especially he has a great connection with Hasbro. He's not going to be like, well, I'm done collecting. Like there's people out there that will do it anyway. It's kind of an I'll say it's an annoying world we live in when it comes to collecting.
I still respectfully disagree on the fact, like the concept, like of Transformers are a luxury. When I say luxury, I more so mean in the extravagant sense, but more so to this topic at hand. For speaking of today, with the prices that are going to be in play next year, in that regard, Transformers should not be a luxury. They shouldn't.
I 100%. I'm on the opposite end there. There's no way.
Hobbies in general should not be a luxury because it's like people use them, again, as I mentioned, for a form of therapy, a form of escapism, a form of just enjoying something. They shouldn't have to pay out. They shouldn't have to pay out the butt for it.
If I may chime in for a second.
Go ahead.
So you, Cyborg, you mentioned how some people are just gonna gripe but buy it anyway. Those are the same people that when they say why they bought it, they're obviously they have their reasons as to why they kind of have to. But it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't change any of the truth behind what I said.
No, you're right. No, that small percentile of people who buy because they have to is a very, very small percentile. Where there's a larger portion of just regular collectors who just want to enjoy this merchandise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to people where we don't, like, let's face it, as much as I may love Transformers as much as I may love sitting down and talking about the figure I bought, I'm gonna be 100% fucking real with y'all. I'm very much one of those people where if I have the option between picking up a toy or paying a bill, yes, motherfucker, I'm gonna pay the damn bill.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that's your answer.
But you also gotta look at it from this perspective. I'm a father. I am not just by myself anymore. I have a wife and a son.
Yep.
I am a family man, so it's very different for me. Because with you guys, I'm not trying to point any fingers at anybody or trying to make anybody feel bad, but for the sake of for the sake of the example, if I were to say, Cyborg, you got this figure, and now all of a sudden you're behind on your phone bill. Okay, big whoop. You made that choice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more of a thought process that goes behind every figure I buy.
Yeah, everyone's different. 100%.
I
was never in the.
How far back is that going to set me if I need to pick up diapers? How far back is this going to set me if I got to pay? If I got to fill up my gas tank to be able to take my son back and forth from his babysitter? How much money is this going to cost when I need to pick up food for the week? How much money am I going to be behind on? There is so much more at play with me specifically. So when Cyborg says Transformers as a whole is a luxury, I 1000% agree with him. And it's bullshit that I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah.
Because I should not have to feel like my hobby is a fucking luxury. But I cannot help but agree with the sentiment he's going with. Because he's not wrong.
Yeah.
And it's
I-
absolutely asinine to me that anybody would genuinely try to sit here and tell us that our passion don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Bitch, it is not my fault that you are fucking miserable.
Sorry, your life is boring.
Yeah. No, I
No, wholeheartedly.
it sucks.
Yeah.
So
It
at
sucks.
the end of the day, what I'm ultimately saying to kind of cap off how I'm putting this out there, quite simply is this. If you are somebody where you know damn well you can have your opinions, but you really don't have much of a say in the major community, like basically, if you're not MGO, if you're not CU, if you're not PR, if you're not any of those guys where they are the top dogs, at this point the power is in your hands. If you're not happy with these prices, don't pay for a single damn thing.
Right.
And when it comes to the reviewers, all I ask, promote the idea of picking things up on sale. That's something that Evangelist used to do, where he would advise everybody, if you don't like the prices, wait for a sale.
Mm-hmm.
He would leave it at that, and I respected the hell out of him for that. Because he was not going to fall into the typical Joe Schmo bullshit of, I am a Hasbro Glazer and I will buy it no matter what.
Or I
Nah,
promote
son.
Big Bad Toy Store.
Nah, son.
I bought this at Big Bad Toy Store. Like, no. No offense to
No.
Big Bad Toy Store. They're awesome.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's just, I don't like it, man.
A lot of things are becoming that way. I mean, just to add on to what you're saying, everything's going that way. You know, as I said, Lego. I keep on bringing up Lego. I'm sorry, I have to keep on bringing it up because I've been looking on Twitter, bro. So, and even at Walmart a couple of days ago, I was looking at the Lego aisle. Oh my god! And I'm sure even in Marvel Legends stuff, they're going that way, or DC stuff. Even the Godzilla stuff is outrageous. Don't even get me started on SH Monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say like funny you mentioned Drift. Like when you mentioned like who's going to benefit this out is China. Because speaking of Godzilla, obviously the crazy large competitor, Haya, last 2 years have been destroying the market with their figures, which are a half, if not sometimes a third of the price of SH Monster Arts, with a quality just as equal. Insane.
Yeah, I personally say many more companies need to take a page out of Hayato's book. Make the figure just as good, but put it out at a price that is more than affordable.
Yeah, it's insane. Actually, they're huge. And also not to mention that not only do they make great figures, but God, they love listening to people. Every Godzilla figure that they keep released that's been a prototype, and people were like, "That doesn't look good." They were like, "All right, it doesn't look good. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. We're gonna make it better." It's insane how much they listen. That's kind of crazy how many companies do that.
And that is why I love Haya Toys so much.
Yeah,
because they care about us. They want us to have their product. They don't care how much of a profit they get. They care about it getting in our hands.
Yep.
So
Their only problem now is that
we're happy, they're happy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Because like their only problem now is that they're too successful that figures are getting delayed because they can't make enough. There's so many pre-orders.
Can I respond to a comment on YouTube? So Marvelous Prime, you said in the comment, I hope these higher prices means Hasbro will fix the quality control issues. It won't.
No.
It won't. So basically,
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm going to say this.
Well, no. Okay.
There isn't a singular price point that you can pay that will guarantee good quality control. It simply does not exist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's it. That's all I needed to say.
Yeah, no, I get that. But my point is that if these price increases are because of tariffs, and it's highly likely that it is, or maybe just cost of living, or they are going to a different state. I don't know. It could be a multitude of things. Yeah, honestly. But I will say this: higher prices won't mean better quality control, and it's only because their baseline of how much they can do hasn't changed. They just raised their prices. Their profit margins and everything is going to stay the same. You're getting the same amount of figure per dollar. nothing's changing. They're not increasing their quality because of these increased prices. They're increasing it so that they can pay bills or pay tariffs or whatever. You're not
Yeah,
getting
so
more
they can meet
figure.
with the economical
Yeah,
requirements that they need
they
to
have to
continue
pay these
business or so on and
tariffs. They
so
have to
forth.
pay taxes,
Yep.
employee taxes, stuff like
Yep.
that. Whatever. Nothing's going to change, unfortunately. And I know a lot of people are going to say that, oh, it's higher price now, so things are going to be better in terms of quality. I'm sorry, that's
Unfortunately,
not
no.
how it works.
You know, that actually just made me realize something. Hasbro is moving their HQ from Rhode Island to New York.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Or, yeah, Boston,
Wrong
Massachusetts.
direction.
I
Yeah,
brought
my
that
bad,
up
my bad.
earlier. No, you're good. I brought that up earlier.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Massachusetts one of the most expensive states to be in?
I think California is.
Oh yeah.
No, I said
Cali is.
one of. One of.
Cabinet grocery, 220, cabinet grocery, 220.
I don't know exactly.
I have no idea.
I don't know too much about Massachusetts. All I
Yeah,
know
that's
is
because
that's a
I have a
state
brother who lives
people
in
forget
Massachusetts, and
about.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know. I think it might be like, especially compared to California. I think it might be the same.
Did you say friend or
And-
brother?
I have a brother. I have a brother in Massachusetts. Yeah,
You have a brother?
I have three.
Huh. Never knew that.
Surprise.
Anyways, BRB.
Okay.
No problem. But yeah, it's a shame that it's come to this, and I do feel for the community because I
Yeah.
see a lot of comments. I see a lot of people being like, "Okay, I can't afford this anymore."
Yeah.
It's
Like honestly, the amount of comments I saw on TFW when those price rumors came out, it's like, well, it looks like this is the end of Transformers for me, or like, no, now my hobby's being taken away from me. That's really what sold me to just do this today on top of the prices. Like, yes, in the grand, be it all in that regard, Transformers are a luxury because it is a chance of everything that Drift said, everything that Cyborg said. And the extravagancy of it, comparing it to, like I said, getting a new car, taking a cruise, or going to a different country, no, it shouldn't be a luxury. But in the domesticated standpoint, if I'm saying this correctly, and if hopefully I am, yeah, Transformers are unfortunately a luxury. Figure collecting is
seems like it
unfortunately a
now.
luxury.
But
I'll
say
shouldn't be.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just
I'm
saying,
trying to
but
jump in as
shouldn't-
much as I can just to keep the conversation going so it doesn't
Mhm.
die down. So
No,
sorry
you're
if
good.
I go
appreciate
at
you,
any pause. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get
No,
the flow.
I appreciate you jumping in and piggybacking, even if it cuts. You're contributing. It's all good, and it's if anyone has a problem, we would say something. So far, we haven't, but like, you're doing good, Drift, and I'm really glad that you've been really contributing. I want to say that too. Everyone so far, like honestly, but like, again, my point being is like Transformers, video games, shit like that shouldn't be a luxury. If you have a comfortable amount of money, you paid your bills, and you have a comfortable cushion of money, and you're able to still have some in case like you need groceries or something. Not a matter of like, oh, do I choose the hobby or do I choose the necessity? I mean enough to where it's like you're comfortable where you can do both, whether it be on a big scale or small scale, that's up to you. I don't consider that a luxury. That's essentially what I do. Like right now, full disclosure, I'm almost at $150 in my bank account. I'm choosing to save that money. Could I get a figure right now? Yeah. Do I want to? No. Because again, TFCon. But like, say someone pays their bills. Okay, let's do this for a second. Okay, hypothetical scenario. Someone rents out an apartment for about, let's say, standard rent that I used to pay at the old, or my parents used to pay at their old place, $700 a month, right? They make about 1,500. Okay, so that's 700. Oh, cyborg.
I think you can still hear if he's in the back.
No, he's not in the back. He like flat out. I think he said he had to do something too. But yeah, he'll let me know. But anyway, say that person has $1,500. Rent is 700 right there. That's 700 toward rent. You're good.
Sorry. I was having a conversation with the wife. Who needed me?
No one. I said cyborg. But you're needed still for the panel.
Well, I apologize. I thought somebody was saying, "Hey, BC, you got something to say?" It's like I clearly didn't hear it.
No, you're good. So yeah, my whole little preface here. Actually, let's round it up to 2,000 to make it a little more realistic, because if I do it the other way. So $700, you're left with 1,300. Say that person has to still pay their electric bill, their phone bill, and it's coupled in. Okay, that's like another, let's say, $100 right there. Okay, so you're down to 1,200. You get food for probably about, let's say, 3/4 of the month, but you can make that 3/4 of the month last for the entire month. That's another, give or take, $100 right there. Then you're down to 1,100. I don't know about car. Let's say this person is in a local area. They don't need a car or anything. Let's just say that for the sake
So,
of it. Okay.
speak,
250 to 350 a month for probably the average car payment.
speaking of all that,
I wasn't done.
oh, sorry, my apologies.
No, you're
My bad.
good. This ain't the scrap yards. No, I'm joking. No, I have to poke fun at you every now and then, dude. You do it on your show, so.
Okay, all right. I see how it is.
Playful
Wait for it.
retribution. Playful retribution. Anyway. So yeah, let's say they're roughly around $1,000. Again, this person doesn't drive. I wonder who that could be. This person can bike around places. They can walk to places. It's all good. So that $1,000, that's their cushion. That is their comfortable cushion that they can do whatever they want with it. In that frame of money, in that term of monetary amount, they have the choice to go hog wild with Transformers or whatever their hobby is, and they could still have a comfortable amount. So say they want to split that 1,000 into 500, they could do that. That shouldn't be counted as a luxury if there's still some form of stability or security behind it. That it just shouldn't. To people who have lesser income, again, much like me, who barely are able to keep $200 in their fucking bank account, Transformers or any hobby like this should not be a luxury. It should be a thing that people can all have access to. It shouldn't be like some sort of fucking stuck-up country club where it's like, oh, yes, I'd like to order the deluxe class for $24.99.
Ah.
It's like we should be able to go to a store while we're making enough money and just pick up a figure without fucking struggling. I cannot stand this crap anymore. This broke the straw on the camel's back. These fucking prices, this whole ongoing situation of everything is going up. Yes, welcome to the real world of adultism. I know. This is the economic world and everything. Yes, I know those play factors. But at the end of the day, we only have one life. Why can't we just enjoy the things we want to enjoy without having to feel bad or struggle or jump over fucking hurdles? This is the most asinine bullshit thing that has been a consistent issue for so long. And I don't know how much more of it I can take. And I see so many people have the same complaints and the same grievances. And my heart goes out to them because I'm one of those fucking people. Why is it like this?
The thing that sucks, though, just to even emphasize the point that you made, you have all those bills. Well, bills are going up too. But it seems like the price of hobbies are going higher at a more exponential rate than compared to the rate at which bills are going up. So it's kind of like if you take a chart, bills are a little bit higher, but like 3/4 of that is the hobby. You know what I mean? Like you have if you go in for a checkup, it's like $150. If you get like 2 liter classes, they usually release per wave. Yeah, that's almost a medical checkup visit. That's what my point is with that, to just emphasize on, someone who might live on $2,300 a month. The price of collectibles, toys, and stuff like that, they went up crazy amounts compared to what bills did.
And bills are just going to keep going up, unfortunately. I mean, look at, again, we already threw shade at the months. Let's do it again. Verizon loves to fucking raise their prices. Spectrum, for a base customer, loves to raise their prices over time. Fucking car insurances, the rate increases, everything. Hell, Marvelous pointed out food and clothes are going up. Yeah, that's getting to the point where it's like, who's going to be able to afford food and clothes? The fucking rich? How's that fair? Everyone
It's
needs
by
fun.
design.
Hmm?
It's by design.
Like, I could go into a whole totally different topic in regards to this, like a little subtopic and like a major factor, but I don't want to piss off anyone, but at the same time, let's just say the current affairs of what is happening to our country is not exactly a beneficial one.
Or if it is, it hasn't happened yet.
That's all I'm going to say on that. You take with that what you will.
But can I speak up?
Yep.
Hey, TFA. I got a bone to pick with you.
Why?
So you know how we had that conversation about how I could easily justify putting specific figures in specific spots depending on what year they released?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Guess what? You basically guaranteed I need to get my hands on now.
What?
The rest of the new deluxe Decepticons.
Oh, you're welcome.
You son of a bitch! You're about to cost me. You motherfucker!
Hey, if it helps, Venom is already on Big Bad Toy Store.
That doesn't help.
Dude literally has a pumpkin on his head, though.
No, see. Obviously, I'm yanking his chain. I'm not actually upset with him.
Yeah,
It's just
no.
I have been fighting the urge to just pack up a bunch of toys and bring them over to a toy shop. Especially since some of those toys I still really like. But obviously, if I absolutely have to, then I absolutely will.
Yeah, honestly, same. Honestly, I'm still having the internal debate of, do I want to just keep all these or do I just want to part with them and just get the money? Because it's like, I love my figures. I love all my figures. Granted, most of them are in totes. But, like, I do love them. I enjoyed them when I had them and when I played with them, like, when I used to when I was a kid. And then a teenager and an early adult.
And
But then, now... Go ahead.
Inevitably, there's nothing wrong with that. That happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the real question is, does that spark for having the figures, is it still there and is it still burning?
Yeah, that's the big thing, because it's like I'm still getting them, but now they just kind of sit around. Granted, I do enjoy them when I get them. Like I try to try on all my...
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Every so often, like, here's my challenge to you. Once every week, grab one figure, and for the rest of that week, that figure is going to sit on your table, your desk, your bed, wherever you're the most comfortable with, and just sit down and flip it back and forth every so often. And I promise you, you are going to look at it from a different perspective. Because that's what I do. When I'm really feeling the need to futz with a figure, that's what I do. I grab out whatever it is I happen to have on my shelf, and I flip it back and forth a couple times. I was heavily regretting the fact that I went hog wild and went after so many characters. But when I pulled some of them back down, I flipped them again, it reminded me why I went after them. Because I still love them for what they are.
That would take me consecutive years if I had to, because there's 52 weeks in a year. I have way more than 52 figures.
Yeah, same. Way more. Way more.
Gotta times that by like 4, bro.
Probably. I need to sit down and count them. I really do.
Anyway, so despite the fact that TFA decided to be a little shit and forced me to spend money.
I mean, I'm not forcing. I'm more so like playfully gaslighting.
I do the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Don't you dare try to name change it.
No. See, what I do is the nicer version of what you do.
No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I don't strong arm people into anything. I simply just debate with them until they finally cave in and get the thing that they're keep lying to themselves about. If you need the context, I'll explain at some point.
This is
At
just
the end of the day, though, like I said to TFA, genuinely, if you are in that same position, that is my challenge to you. Whether you want to do it weekly or you want to do it daily, that is entirely your prerogative. I'm not going to sit here and say what you should and need to do. What I'm going to do, what I'm simply saying, is do what you feel is the correct thing to do. So for me, I will pull a figure down once a day. Sit down, putz around with it, and then when I've kind of finished it, had my fill, I'll put them back up on the shelf.
Hold on, excuse me for a brief second. Keep the conversation going. I need to take a bathroom break. BRB.
No problem. So with that said, that's my personal, maybe not so much challenge, but my personal piece of uncle's advice. That is the piece of advice that I would give. And as much as I would like to be able to just buy more figures, unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I feel like it's cheaper to buy old figures now than new figures, in some regard.
Yeah. Now, of course, that's going into a whole separate debate that I'm not going to go into here because fuck that. That's going to bring up some things where I am going to crash the fuck out on people when I really shouldn't be. So, that said, if I may for a second, I am, from a financial standpoint, I am struggling to get my hands on one very specific thing. Now, admittedly, it's my own damn fault, and I'm not going to sit here and try to say that I should be absolved of it. I'm 1,000% responsible. I should have made sure I got a hold of it way earlier in advance. Yeah, I'm still heavily struggling to get my hands on HasLab Victory Saber.
Oh.
Because unfortunately, my dumbass, I backed it when it first was announced, but I talked myself out of it. Because at the time, I was going Masterpiece. The sole reason why I initially backed it was so I could spin around and sell it. But that didn't sit well with me. So, yeah. At some point, I would really love to get my hands on a HasLab Victory Saber. But it ain't happening anytime soon. Because unfortunately, his aftermarket price just keeps going up. So that basically means I'm out of Victory Saber.
Also, I'm back.
Why hasn't any third party made the KOs of any of the HasLab? Like, why haven't we gotten a Biowee oversized HasLab Unicron?
That's a good question, actually.
How about we don't oversize KO Victory Saber? How about we make him the exact same size and just make him a carbon fucking copy? How about that?
That's fine. That's fine. I don't like oversized stuff, but I mean Unicron. I'm talking about HasLab Unicron. I want that thing bigger. Come on.
I don't think I could handle it. He's already big enough as is in my house.
I have a perfect spot for him, actually. I
know.
know.
Now, if I had a garage or something with like my own little, collection display type thing, and hell yeah, I would say yes. But obviously,
how the heck is it that as soon as I brought up Victory Saber, within seconds I was going to receive a link from TFA? This motherfucker!
I like to help. I will not apologize for that.
You are not helping. You're tempting me to.
I can't tell if you're crashing out loudly or if your mic just decided to be like, BC's being loud. Well, anyway.
But no, is Cyborg coming back? Because didn't you say that he had to leave at 7:30, or didn't he say he was only good up until 7:30?
Yeah, no. I was going to address that soon, but what
So,
you're kind of hearing, what?
you sent me what is effectively the same link that I'm already watching.
Oh,
The same
go.
exact listing that I'm already watching. You sent me.
Don't forget to check Macari.
Oh, sure.
I don't trust Mercari because the last couple times I tried ordering something from them or from anybody on there, they started fucking sending me really cryptic ass messages about how I need to make sure I'm paying this one specific way because the way their bank account works, they can't just take the money, so I have to send it via mail and shit like that. And like, like they're asking me basically to just send money in a fucking envelope, and I'm like, absolutely the fuck not. Have you lost your mind?
No.
Bro, I think you got. Oh, I think you almost got scammed. That's not how
Oh,
that
yeah.
works.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could tell plain as day that's what was going on, and I said, hell no. Lost your fucking mind. Same
Bai is another one you should check out,
I have yet to mess with Bai.
bro. I made a bad
No,
business decision several years ago with Bai.
I
So
know. Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No. You.
I'll be really quick with this. But before I decided to buy and do basically an import export business on eBay and Macari using Bai as the proxy. So basically what it was I would get Japanese exclusive transformers, import them here to the States, then sell them at a higher cost on eBay and Macari. And it worked. I made about 14 grand off of it, but at the
Oh,
end I
shit.
was basically just at the end broke even.
Damn.
It didn't work that well. But there were times when I had pallets of stuff come through the door.
That's crazy.
Actually, that's how I have the what's it called? Black Steel Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon. What's it called? Dark Knight?
Wait, the Voyager?
Yeah.
The one from the Hunt for the Decepticons mold.
Yeah.
You lucky bitch.
Yeah, I have that. It's downstairs in the basement.
Which one?
Dark Knight, what is it called? I can't remember.
I'm looking.
Yeah, it's a all black repaint of the Voyager Hunt for the Decepticons.
Dark Side Optimus Prime.
Oh, that thing. Okay.
God damn it, you lucky. I actually really wanted that.
I also had a Dispensor from Lost Age. That's how I had the Wheeljack, obviously, the Lost Age Wheeljack that has his G1 head, but his Q body.
Oh, I have that, and the Sound Blaster, and
yeah, I had that one too. And the Side Swipe.
Oh, motherfucker. I actually really wanted that one too. I'm still trying to get
and
that
then
one.
the Mini Devastator repaint that they came out.
The one that was all green?
That one's okay.
No. That's the Toy R Us one. I had that one too, growing up.
I think I still have that one, actually.
Mine broke. And guess who broke? Can you guess?
Mixmaster?
No, Scavenger, because of the joint.
Oh. Also, it's funny how both BC and I just immediately went for Mixmaster.
I had any problem with that one.
That was weird. Never do that again.
I promise nothing.
But yeah. Definitely think this was a good topic. I'm really glad I got to really dive into this a little bit more.
Yeah. We need to do more. We need to do more stuff. Like,
you really do.
That I can research and like look into, and then we could like present it on screen and stuff. Not like a YouTube video, just a live stream. And I need to cross stream for you.
I would not be opposed to that actually.
Um.
Hmm.
So I'm actually currently at a Walmart.
Okay,
I'm currently in my bedroom.
same. I mean,
I
in
was
mine
letting,
actually.
I was just letting everybody know because I'm gonna check and see if there's anything new here.
Good luck.
What could there be is the question, other than Alchemist and Vortex and Crasher, because I don't think Wave 3 has been cited in the US
I haven't
yet.
seen Megatron yet.
Studio
I'm
Series TF1, Starscream, and Alita 1.
Eh.
I haven't
Well,
seen
actually,
those. in stores.
Alita's a good sighting. Starscream, eh. I feel my ways. I feel my ways.
You're validated in your wrong opinion, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm actually deciding to sell all my TF1 stuff once I'm done with it. I don't plan on keeping it.
I was debating it too, personally, because it's like, I again, I just sort of outgrew TF1. It's like the hype died down, and it's like, oh, now we're back to silence for the next Transformers movie. And it's like,
I will say this in some regard, and I know it'll probably make some people mad, but I don't mean this as any hatred. I liked TF1 as a movie, but
as
I
did
think
I.
it had a bad case of recency bias.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it really did.
I didn't even.
I,
think
and I
about
mean
that.
that
Bias
so respectfully.
really killed it.
Yeah.
I think people glazed it too much, as they would say. They glazed it. Like it was good.
Yeah,
It was great.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
awesome. It was direct. It had only the Cybertronians. That's it. That's what we always wanted, and it was based on Cybertron. Cool designs, everything. But the characters, though, on the other hand, the designs, it was just weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, but I don't know. I
I
nothing
did
just pulls
kind of
me
like.
back to it.
I did kind of like Teenage Rebellious Orion Pax. I thought that was kind of fun. By the book, Megatron was an interesting take. Elita is just token female. I kind of wish I couldn't say it that way, but like, what other way is there to say it?
And then B127.
And then Bumblebee was just better.
So Orion Pack was actually a really good take.
It's just and then Bumblebee. Oh, I'm sorry, Benessatron.
Yeah.
Like that's
But
just the whole.
yeah, I'm sorry, but that made me want to drop kick him across a friggin' field.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Alita would just like hold out her arm as he's walking, and just like incidentally clothesline him.
I think they should have made like I understand the whole concept of what they were going for was like all the Cybertronians were wanting to mine for Energon, but like Megatron should have been a gladiator. They should have had miners and the gladiator arena as entertainment because Sentinel was wanting entertainment. It was kind of like a messed up dystopian future.
Yeah.
Like they could have had the miners, and then whenever they needed entertainment, they would go to the gladiator arena.
That being said, one thing that B27 kind of forced out of me was for years with the live action films, we had to deal with radio talk Bumblebee. And I got so sick of it. And I'm sitting there like, bro, just let him talk.
Yeah, like,
We finally get a movie where he gets to talk, and all of a sudden I'm spinning around and I'm going, hey, Michael Bay, so I know we had our differences. And I apologize for that.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean the radio voice is iconic, but at the same time, in the Bayverse, like Bumblebee got his legs repaired. Okay, they were literally blown off. You had Megatron kind of repaired, and then you had him resurrected, and you
But Bean still could
obviously
talk.
like you couldn't have repaired his voice box. You repaired even Optimus Prime technically. I mean, I know it goes into Age of Extinction and everything, but you're telling me that they couldn't have repaired his voice box when Optimus Prime literally got a whole ass new arm?
Yeah.
And people wonder why I'm still not a huge fan of the Bayverse.
Well, I think it's just critical decisions that the designers made. That's just like, I think they mostly did it because the radio voice was kind of like, it made Bumblebee cuter in a way, and I think they really liked that. It was like how
Okay,
Disney won't shut the hell up about Grogu.
well, I get and I understand that. Look at how hard they were shoving that down our throats with the live action films. You can't tell me that you weren't getting just that tiny bit sick of it.
I think it limited Bumblebee's character in some regard because it limited to his.
But exactly, it's like one of the major arguments people had was that the robots were basically lifeless and there's next to no characterization with them, and the only character we got, they said word for word, the only character that got the most screen time couldn't talk. And I'm literally sitting there like, hello? Are y'all listening? People are literally telling you word for word what their issue is, and you're not doing anything about it.
I think
feel-
Transformers Prime had a great way of how they did the voice thing. It made it tragic, and then at the end, it was really cool.
So I wanna put a pin in this little sub conversation right now because I feel like this could be fuel for a future episode.
Bet.
Because
we're just trying to find ways to flow the conversation.
No, you're good. Honestly, right now, because we're past the 2-hour mark by about 6 minutes, 22 seconds and counting, I think I'm gonna probably end it here.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
fine.
want to keep TFTC at least around hour and a half, 2 hours long. So yeah, brief recap. Shock Whale is now a thing. He's cool. I'm excited. Prices, they suck. That's long and short of it. They just
I
suck.
still want my conversation with Chris Cox.
But the question still remains: should hobbies be considered luxuries?
Oh wait, we were actually supposed to answer that?
Well, I'm leading with my answer, and then you guys can piggyback. This is a new format I'm sort of trying. I didn't get a chance to do a rundown because.
Oh, okay, all right, my bad.
But anyway, no, you're good. So the question remains, though: should hobbies be considered luxuries in the extravagant sense? In my opinion, no. In the definition stance, and by the ongoing age of time, technically, because Cyborg pointed it out as well, yes, they are. But should they be? No, I don't think so, because everyone needs a hobby. Everyone should have a hobby. Everyone should have something they enjoy. They shouldn't just be burying their nose in their work. Unless they truly enjoy it, then more power to you. But not everyone works that way. People have interests. We are multifaceted individuals. You know, we're not just one-trick ponies.
As much as society and the world itself wishes we were.
Yeah, seriously.
I suppose BC, if you want to go ahead and get your word out before I do, that'd be good. Because I think if we can aim for like 2:15 to end it at, I think that'd be good.
All right. Well, should hobbies be a luxury? No, never. I don't care what the fucking definition is. I should be able to have easy access to the one thing that actually genuinely makes me happy and in some way, shape, or form keeps me grounded to the earth. Because if you're not going to be allowed to be able to do that, then you better step the fuck out of the way when I finally decide to crash out on somebody. Done.
Big
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah. Is that all you have to say about it, or is there anything else? Because I don't want to interrupt.
That's about as far as I'm going with it because unfortunately, TFA wants to end it sometime soon. So I'm trying.
And I'll be quick. Just because it's something I've been thinking about. So at the end of it, I was just like, not all hobbies are luxuries, but some hobbies are luxuries. That's how I'm going to say it. Because this is how I view hobbies. Is hobbies are supposed to be actually cheaper than bills and stuff. there's supposed to be something that you can do for a passion, woodworking or 3D printing. 3D printers are really cheap. You know, you can also do drawing, crayons, pencils, really cheap. Hobbies should be cheap, not luxuries, because I get the argument with like it's not essential, but a candy bar is also not essential. Do you think a candy bar is a luxury? I think a luxury should be reserved for high-priced items that are like cars or boats or
Anything
really
that
fancy
displays
jewelry.
extravagancy. Yeah,
Yeah,
anything that
I
displays extravagancy,
yeah,
basically.
like elegance and extreme living.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, in my opinion, uh, it's the word is wrong. The word is wrong. It's not a luxury, it's a treat. It's not a luxury, it's a treat. I can't think of a better word than treat, but whenever I think about it, you're treating yourself. Oh,
It's
I love
a
that figure.
I know the word. Hold on, give me a second. It's a incentive.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just hard. But I think hobbies are a treat. Like in hobbies, there are luxuries like premium statues. Like there are statues that you can find on Optimus Prime that's like thousands of dollars, $26,000. Ridiculous. That's a luxury, and
Yeah,
it's a
shit like
hobby.
that. A basic
But that,
figure that you can get on the shelf. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just
no, go
piggybacking on
ahead.
what
Just
you're
go
saying
ahead.
too.
Just,
But like
yeah,
a figure that you can go to the store and pick up off the
Yeah.
shelf, that should not be considered a luxury.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
And now it is a luxury though because it is high priced.
Yep.
Because it's not fully accessible to everybody, and it isn't. It's not fully accessible. It used to be, but it isn't now. And I think it is definitely a luxury. And I don't think hobbies should be a luxury. They should be something that's cheap that everybody should have access to. It's something you can go out for like 10, 30, maybe $60, depending on what it is. And then that's your hobby. That's what embodies you as a passion. And it's cheaper to get it. And I don't think it's a luxury. I don't think it should be a luxury because if it's inessential, then a candy bar or a Pepsi is also a luxury because you don't need a Pepsi, you don't need a candy bar, you don't necessarily need it. I mean, you need food, but do you need a Pepsi? Do you need a Snickers or a Heath bar? No, but it's not a luxury.
yes, Chris. Yes, I do. Why are you making fun of my knees, man? That's messed up.
No, but that's my point. That's what I think of it. Like I understand Transformers definitely seems like a luxury now, and I kind of agree in terms of how high priced it is.
That's it.
But-
I'm sorry. You set it up. I had to do it.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I don't mind. I'm not mad.
No,
I'm
we
not
need some
angry.
lightheartedness because this is a very tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, and that's my opinion, and that's where I stand. That's kind of the end of my statement with that.
No, it's 100% valid. I do agree with that. And again, I want to preface too. I also actually let me rephrase that. I want to preface this. I know I'm kind of jumping between this is what I stand by, and then I'm also agreeing with Cyborg, even though he was debating against me. Let me be clear on this real quick. I'm not coinciding or putting down my beliefs based on what he's saying. I'm just agreeing with the logistics behind it because he does make a lot of sense on that. Same with Drift, same with BC. It's not a matter of like, oh, I'm just going with whoever's right. No, I'm still standing by my words. I still wholeheartedly agree. Transformers, action figures, video games should not be considered a luxury whatsoever. If you can get them at the store for relative ease, whether it be priced or, however, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, if you're able to go to the store, you're able to go out there and pick it up just like you would a stock of celery or, a frozen pizza or some shit. That should not be considered a luxury. Period. The fact that Transformers is now borderline creeping into that as it slowly has been this last decade, it burns me up. It breaks my heart, and it makes me worried for just how much they're going to try to gouge out of us at this point. And I also want to highlight this for a second, and please let it be known, not calling out in disrespect. I'm merely displaying a very, very well thought out comment. KS makes a very good point to a degree as well. Hobbies, you believe, are definitely luxuries. Like, you also agree I'm right. But in a way, yes, it's a coping mechanism. Which, yeah, in that regard, it could be a luxury, but it's like saying I need a new Warhammer 40k army. The restrictions on their economic freedoms, yes, in that regard, yes, but also a luxury or a hobby by definition is a form of therapy to some people, and it's something that people can just enjoy. It should not be a luxury. It really should not. The fact that Transformers is borderline going on to that is just this is taking away more people from something that they wholeheartedly enjoy. And yeah, they could switch to something else, maybe not something so expensive, but the thing is, Transformers shouldn't be expensive. Not like this, not these current prices. I think we were in a good area where it's like, oh, we're only paying $15.99 or $20 for a deluxe class, and like 25 or 30 for a Voyager. I think that those prices were pretty good. I mean, do I hear any argument? I think that was a good price. Those were good price
reasonable.
points. But it's like now you're basically paying the equivalent of like a video game, or I don't know, like I mean, I guess technically, yeah, it would just be like a video game, because I'm pretty sure they're like $30 video games. There's like $40. Yeah, you're basically paying a fucking video game price for a Transformer. Why?
That's a fucking crime. I don't care who you.
Why? Like, okay, let me stick this plastic alien robotic figurine in my PlayStation 5 and see if it'll work. So the question is, still, it was answered, but like, should hobbies be considered luxuries?
Fuck no.
Depends on you. Realistically, no, they shouldn't. They should be accessible for everyone, but they are
See,
borderline.
no. TFA, be 100% real with the audience and yourself. Should hobbies be a luxury? Fuck no. That is a hard fucking no.
Yeah.
And like, look, I'm not trying to hijack the show or nothing, but let me be 100% fucking clear. I'm a very argumentative and very opinion-based person. I always have been, and for the most part, I always will be. Everything that TFA just fucking said, this is the most I've ever fucking agreed with him. Where I have next to nothing to say in contrast to what he's saying. Like, this is the most I've ever agreed with this man since I fucking met him. Why the fuck is it that we are being put in a position where we have to pay high prices for something that we enjoy? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And well, yes, I do see it from other people's perspective. At the end of the day, that's a different perspective. It is not my perspective. My perspective says something very different from your perspective. As far as I'm fucking concerned, if you are going to force me to have to dip into my rent money to afford my hobby, then, bitch, I'm going to be calling your offices to see how you're compensating for me. Because if you're going to force me to pay your bullshit prices when I should be paying bills, which I'm going to choose paying the bills every fucking time, then at some point you're really going to sit down and have that fucking conversation with yourself. And by the way, once again, hey, Chris Cox, I want to have a fucking word with you on this. Because it's painfully fucking clear that at this point, you don't give a fuck what's going on. You only care about the money that you're going to see in line in your fucking pockets. And that's something that within the Transformers community, we don't fucking like. So yes, 1,000%, I want a fucking conversation with you. And when that day comes, I'm going to make sure that in the most professional sense, I'm going to let your bitch ass fucking have it. Yes, I'm done.
Okay.
No, I wasn't gonna ask. I'm just golf clapping in my mind right now. Like, goddamn.
Because for
I don't know.
fuck that.
I don't know why I was like slightly trying to cater to audience. At the end of the day, yeah, it's my perspective. If others don't agree with it, that's fine. But in the grand all be all of it, no, fucking hobbies should not be a luxury whatsoever. Because Here's another factor that I just thought about. When it comes to the point where you can't afford something to enjoy your life, you got people questioning, like, like, oh, why haven't you, collected? Why haven't you done something fun? In that regard, you're not even living your life, you're surviving it. If you do not have enough money or any means to enjoy something that you wholeheartedly enjoy with your entire heart and soul, and you have to unfortunately pass it up, you have to unfortunately give it up, guess what? You're in permanent survival mode. And it's not even your choice. It's against your will. People need hobbies. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're going to be like, oh, well, you could just switch to collecting stamps. First of all, you go collect a fucking stamp, you nerd.
Quarters.
Dang. Bars.
I'm being playful, but also like stamp collecting. Like,
No. Hold up. Is TFA taking a page out of my book? What the fuck?
No, you could switch to something else. Like, again, stamp collecting, or I don't know. A friend of mine in the TFIA group made a joke. It's like, maybe I'll start collecting rocks. Like, yeah, go collect rocks. Like, yeah, hobbies don't have to have a price point to them, sure, but realistically, every hobby in some way, shape, or form has money involved in it. You're collecting stamps, right? What do you have to do? You have to buy those stamps. Where are you going to put the stamps? You need to get a stamp book. Guess what? You have to pay for a stamp book. What if you do want to collect rocks, right? What if you just want to collect rocks, like cool looking rocks on a pile, that, down the road or whatever? Where are you going to keep all those rocks? In a bucket? Do you have a bucket? No, you're going to have to go get a bucket.
How do you get the bucket? You buy it at a fucking store. And that bucket's going to fill up, but guess what? You're going to need another bucket.
To money. It doesn't matter if the hobby is expensive. It doesn't matter if the hobby is cheap. It all boils down to money. There are some hobbies that are slightly extravagant. Drift made a really good point with Transformers. Those fucking statues. I've seen those prices. Those are... How the hell do people afford those?
I think Alfonso has one.
Or like that $1,000 third-party KO Metroplex that's out there. Yeah, that's a fucking luxury, but it's like
that's divorce class,
deluxe.
as they say.
I've seen that comment too. It's funny. But like a deluxe at a store or a Voyager or a Leader class, no, those should not be luxury. Should a Titan class or a Commander class be luxury? Well, that's sort of debatable, but like, that depends also. How often do you get a Titan class? How often do you get a Commander class? Do you have enough money at the time? And keep in mind too, with the way Transformers is being this last year, how each wave has been within 3-month intervals, or 3.5 month rather. I don't know. It's because we have 4 quarters, 3 times 4. Great. You guys are making me do math. You happy?
I ain't done nothing.
No, not you guys. Comments, chat. Anyway, anyone who's watching, I blame you. Anyway, with the 3-month intervals, or like, each quarter of the year for like each wave, now we have 2 lines that have to coincide next to each other, Studio Series and Age of the Primes. With those price increases, if you're treating yourself maybe like within a certain limit, like, okay, I'm going to get 1 leader class from this line, I'll get the next leader class next month or something. I don't necessarily consider that a luxury. That's just more so
being smart with your money.
Financially smart, But if you're like, oh, I have all this money to burn, I'm just going to buy them all at once and spend like borderline $500,000. Yeah, that's kind of a luxury. That's more like less. Let me try that again. That's less like treating yourself and more like feeding yourself to a buffet. So, yeah, I stand by what I say. Hobbies should not be a luxury. unless you're car collecting or something, then yeah, that's definitely a luxury for you. But in general, because not everyone can do that. But like for basic action figures, for video games, for fucking trading cards. Oh god, if I was a Pokemon focused channel, the way I would dig into people. It shouldn't be like this. It just shouldn't. I know I'm just kind of repeating everything that I've been saying, but like it's what else am I supposed to say at this point?
You can literally just be like me and say exactly what you need to say and not give a fuck about how anybody else feels about it.
I yearn for the day, whatever lifetime it may be, whatever year it may be, whoever's going to be in charge, prices go down to what we used to pay. Will that ever happen? Probably the fuck not. Am I a bit of an optimist? Yes. I would love
Optimist,
to just
right.
look at a future where we could pay $10 for deluxes, $20 for Voyagers, and shit like that again. But I do not see that happening for a very, very long time, if at all. Would I prefer to have something more realistic and go back to paying about $20 for a deluxe and maybe $35 for a Voyager and like $45 for a leader? Yeah, because I think that was probably the most fair price point range we've gotten in terms of price increases. This shit right here, no. And full disclosure, I may be sitting here and be like, well, I'm not going to buy anything. No, I will buy everything. I'm just going to be more smart about it. If someone else gets it early, they probably have more income with me. I'm pretty sure everyone I know.
Before we wrap this up, man,
Wait, what?
that I said before we wrap this up, may I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Another question. May I have the floor for a second?
I don't do that here, but I mean, you can say your piece.
Well, I wanted to make sure everybody knew that it was me. Basically, the level of seriousness on this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're good. I'll try not to impulse answer talk but that's kind of hard for me to do.
So, little bit of context here. We had a death within my family. It was unfortunately, it was my Aunt Beth. And for those who are familiar with bits of my personal life, you know how much she was a very extravagant human being who believed very much so in individuality. You should be allowed to be you. And as much as everybody wants to try and force you into a mold you feel does not suit you, he would advocate for you to fight back. She would not sit there and allow you to suffer. That's just kind of who she was. Both as a human being and as an aunt. She was that person where if there was something specific and unique about you, she would push you to put that to its absolute maximum. He never played around in that regard. He plain as day could tell when I was upset about something. And I realized how ridiculous this fucking sounded. When I basically went to my own aunt, when I was still living with her, and I ranted about the fact that I literally had to pay $50 for Titans Return 6 shot. She looked me dead in my fucking face, and she asked me this. Did that $50 give you something you're happy with? When I said yes, she immediately responded with, what's the fucking problem? And I really kind of had to sit there and think about that. What was the problem? Was the problem literally me just paying a price I didn't want to pay? Or was it deeper? Or was it something genuinely deeper that I really didn't want to sit down and have that conversation with myself about? At the end of the day, she stood on me being my own individual self. So as I was sitting there contemplating what she just fucking said, she then followed up with, "Do you see how you're sitting there and you're thinking about your response? Yeah, don't fucking do that. Say what is on your mind. Do not be afraid to be you." And when she hit me with that, clarity came in, and I stopped thinking and I just started talking, where I went absolutely the fuck off on the fact that Six Shot was $50. And I hated it. I fucking hated it. And the more I ranted and raved, the bigger her smile was. Not because she wasn't vindictive, not because she liked putting me in a position where I needed to fucking yell and scream. It was because she saw the brilliance in me, where she refused to let me bottle that up. She wanted me to go the fuck off. And that's exactly what I did. So as much as I know for a fact that we as a fandom have a tendency to really blow shit out of proportion, let me tell y'all something real quick. The major reason a lot of people in this fandom don't fucking like me is because I can read their bitch ass like a book. So when I tell y'all that I simply will not play these games with you, and if you're going to continue to act like a fucking idiot, that's on you, and you need to get the fuck over yourself. Know that a very specific human being that I loved and respected with every fiber of my being told me that that's exactly who I am and that's exactly who I should continue to be. So no, I will not be nice about it. I will not be kind or considerate if you say some shit that you know is wrong and I happen to be there. Fully expect me to call your ass out. And it does not matter what show I'm on. I'm going to give you back the energy that you give me. Plain and fucking simple. And in this particular regard, everything that TFA is talking about, like I fucking said, this is the most I've ever agreed with this man. Why the fuck are we having to have the conversation, period? Why can't this episode strictly just be about what we got to see on Transformers Day? Or what Transformers Day means to us? Why the fuck is it that on a day that should have been about the very robots in disguise that matter to us to the point where we literally have collections in their honor, instead, we're on a fucking live stream talking about how the prices are getting out of hand? Something about that ain't right. Something about that simply just ain't right. And at this point, you can explain it to me however the fuck you want. I don't give a damn. We should not have ever been in this position to begin with. And if my aunt were still around to this day, I could promise you right now she would listen to my rant about Chris Cox, and she would be fucking calling me up and being like, "I'm so proud of you, Nefu." So yeah, nah. Fuck all that. Fuck trying to be peaceful about it. Fuck trying to be very, very nice about it. Nah, I'm done. If this is how President Day Hasbro wants to be about it, bring it. Done.
I respect it. I really do. And he brings up a really valid point, because we've talked about price increases a few times on the show. We've talked about price increases throughout the fandom quite a few times, but this is the one time where it's like this. I think this the biggest uproar we've had within the community. It should be a day to celebrate. And they're celebrating all right. But what hurts is the fact that this is how they repay us for celebrating the creation of Transformers. From 41 years ago, this is how they do it. They drop new pre-orders and they surprise us with the prices. There's no heads up. There's no notice. There's just like, oh, this is the new price point for next year. Nothing was said at a convention. Nothing was said from the designers. Nothing was said from the marketers. They're just like, happy Transformers Day. Here are the prices. And this really started to open up my eyes too, because even after I pre-ordered Soundwave, I'm just like, should I even continue at this point? And I don't even mean for the sake of like creating, which let's be honest, I don't really do a lot of either, but I'm also not really working for anyone, so that argument's null and void. If I wanted to, though, is it worth it? Is it worth it for my sanity? Is it worth it for the sanity of everyone? Is it worth it for the insurmountable stress that comes from all of this? Is it worth it for the internal debate of, do I want to eat or pay this bill or get a figure that I would probably never see again if I don't jump on it now? I love Transformers with all my heart. It is because of my parents I love Transformers with all my heart. You know it's bad when you start thinking, is it time to stop? And the argument is still there, like, oh, you can still love Transformers from afar. You can still watch the shows. Collecting is part of the fun. Seeing the universe of characters throughout this franchise continue to grow and be immortalized forever in a figurine and added to your collection is all part of the fun. When that's getting taken away, where's the fun in that? I don't want to stop. And I've said it several times on this episode alone. I am going to be smarter. I'm not going to go crazy like I normally do. I'm not going to place down dozens of pre-orders. Because today I only pre-ordered Soundwave. And again, I know I made a big uproar and I'm talking about the prices and everything. But I'm not just doing it for me. I'm talking about it for everyone. Because unless you make a pretty decent amount of money, you're the only one that's going to be able to enjoy it. And that should not be the case. I want people to enjoy things. Let me try to reword that a little bit differently. I want people to enjoy things. But you know it's a problem when only select few can enjoy it and not everyone. That's not fair. And before anyone hits me with a, well, life isn't fair argument, what's your hobby?
For one, shut the fuck up.
No. What's your hobby? Now imagine that getting price hiked to hell and having you question, is this worth continuing? Is it worth it if you see your friends and your peers or people you follow or someone you met on the street or whatever, or is doing the very same hobby you like to do, but now you're in a position where you can't do it anymore? Is that fair to you? Is that fun to you? No. It shouldn't be like that. Period.
Period.
I'm sick and tired of seeing this franchise continuously shoot itself in the foot, break down its own buildings, fucking just slowly sink themselves deeper and deeper into this dark abyss of self-destruction. It's just, why? They say, oh, we care about the fans, we listen to the fans. You listen to it in the regards of the design. What about the price? Can't we get a say in that? We spend the money that you make. We should have a say more so in how things are not just made, but how they can be affordable to all of us. In a perfect world, yeah, that would be the case. But unfortunately, that's not where we are right now. And I guarantee you we're going to be a hell of a lot way farther from it for a while. But this is honestly the most insulting way to do a Transformers Day. Rhyme unintended. They should have given us some form of notice saying prices are going up due to tariffs or whatever fucking factors are being played into account, as opposed to here's some pre-orders. Oh, and also we changed the price. Happy Transformers Day, everybody. What else is there to say? So with that said, once again, should hobbies be a luxury? Fuck no.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear.
But it sure as hell seems like it's going that way. And it's going to impact all of us. And for those of you across the globe and being like, well, we're already paying these prices, so it's not really that big of a deal. Again, first off, let me just say, my heart goes out to your wallets and your respective forms of currency. Good God. If this is what you have been dealing with for however long, yeah, us Americans had it easy until now. But I don't know whatever the plan was, but no, hobbies like this or any kind should not be a goddamn luxury. Period. Just I stand by that wholeheartedly. You can disagree with me. You can argue with me. You can think, oh, you're being stupid or you're being a child or whatever. Let me. Is it hurting you? Is it bothering you? Is it making you question things? Good. Let it make you question things. Sit down and think about it. But until then, forever how long this is going to go, or if it's going to go even higher, let's just see how hard this is going to impact all of us. So, I think that is a pretty good point to stop the episode. So, for a brief recap, we got a reveal of Shockwhale, the new pre-orders of the recently revealed SS86 Soundwave went up for pre-order, and the rest of the stuff from SDCC, aside from Titan Grimlock, have officially gone up for pre-order. They are all up on Hasbro Pulse, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and Walmart.com, and wherever you buy your Transformers. And I'm going to preface this, I'm going to say this message now too, every time I talk about this. Shop smart. Don't go nuts. If you have the money, great. If you don't, just shop smart. Because at this point, I am fully encouraging the whole sentiment of speak with your wallet. Do not let these prices be the way they are. Let's send a message to Hasbro and tell them we're not going to stand for it. Because we should not have to pay any of the. Again, deluxes, I can sort of agree. Leaders, they were already creeping up there, but Voyagers, that's just fucking ridiculous. Like Alpha Trion and. Wait, is Alpha Trion the only Voyager we're getting this wave?
No, I think we're doing something else too.
Well, anyway, the engineering for all of this better be worth the price. And if it's not, well, actually, Drift already pointed that out. The quality's not going to be any better. So why would the fucking engineering be? Yeah, no, this is just. I'm going to just be flat out. I don't want to talk about this particular thing anymore. I really don't. The more I talk about it, the more I'm getting upset. So, yeah, pre-orders are officially up in stock now. Or not in stock, sorry. Up for pre-order now. An early message, because I do like to do this for people, because I'm one to help. Age of the Primes Wave 3 Fireflight goes up October 6th on Hasbro Pulse. He is also shipping early. I just got a confirmation email yesterday saying that mine shipped. So he'll be here soon. Skydive, Alpha Trion, and Onyx Prime on Hasbro Pulse are currently going up on October 7th. And then Flatline is going up on October 14th. So if you have your pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse, check them now. Check your bank accounts if you got charged. You might not have, but you should be soon. Also, if you missed out on Cybertron Sideways from the Walmart Cybertron capsule line, he is currently up in stock right now on HasbroPulse.com. So go over there, go check it out. Because at least those prices are the ones that we were already paying this year. And then also, if you can't find your luck on Hasbro Pulse, Amazon also has Flatline in stock right now. Onyx Prime has been going in and out of stock like crazy. At this point, I can't get them, so I might as well see if I can help someone else get them. Alpha Trion's already in stock. I believe my Cronus was in stock temporarily, but I think he's temporarily unavailable at the moment. Oh yeah, the other thing. The Transformers Battersea base in London, the Transformers store. Yeah, the whole thing of like, oh, we're getting a new Titan. It's just artwork of the store as a Titan. It's cool, but it's everyone was thinking we're getting a new Titan scale. No, it's just the nice little caricature of the store as a Cybertronian, which I kind of like, but that's something else I want to touch on briefly. So go check that out. There's currently a vote for it between, oh god, what were the names? Autobot Powerplex, Turbine Maximus, I think was another one. Hang on. I like to be accurate. Let me see. Yeah, Turbine Maximus, Autobot Powerplex, and Metro Boss. They really couldn't have come up with anything clever, huh? You know, you had the name right there. Battersea Power Station Titan. Power Station? And he's a Titan? I don't know. Call him Powerhouse. That's right there.
Isn't there already a character named Powerhouse?
I don't know. Wiki.
Yeah, I was about to say we may want to look into that one.
Well, if
Yeah,
it's a
I'm back,
name that
guys.
hasn't been used since like the late 80s, then I'm not gonna count it. This is the new Powerhouse. Nope. There is no character in the Transformers franchise called Powerhouse.
Okay, then go off.
So yeah, there you go. Transformers Battersea Power Station Powerhouse. It's right there. Don't do those discount Metroplex Fortress Maximus names. Just call him Powerhouse. It's right there. Anyway.
Where is the Battersea again?
London. Wait, did you say what or where?
Where?
Yeah, London, UK.
Okay, and you were expecting them to actually have some level of clever naming scheme?
This is why I want Hasbro or someone to hire me. I can come up with good ideas, but no one gives me the chance.
See, I would love if Hasbro would do the same for me. Let me in the designer chair. Let me have some fun with that.
Seriously, just call me fucking Powerhouse. It's just, anyway.
Anyways, yeah, you might want to end your show because you're coming close to 3 hours, my guy.
Yeah, well, rants and tangents. There are no limits. But anyway, that's it for this episode of TFTC. Once again, that's Transformers Thought Corner to you and me. We are currently at episode 89. So next week, if I follow a quote unquote schedule, because I despise them with all my heart, we should be at episode 90. What that topic may be, let me take a look at my list and decide, because I actually have quite a few. And I think the one that I really would love to talk about is
Find out next week on episode 90 of Transformers Thought Corner.
Nope, I think I already got it. And
I was joking.
I'm taking a play out of the scrapyard book for just a brief moment. So now I will preface this as well. I really like the word preface lately. I've just noticed that. I have slightly touched upon this before, and I did have a bit of a rant in the previous episode with SDCC. So a little bit of spoilers for what you may be getting into next week. And do not take anything as finalized, because this is all just, off the cuff at the moment. But if I decide to do this topic next week, episode 90 of Transformers Thought Corner will be the problem with exclusives.
Oh, so we getting in deep.
If anything changes, people will be notified on Instagram, which, by the way, let's go ahead and talk about shameless plugs and supporting people. So, first and foremost, thank you to everyone who's been joining and hanging out for the entire episode. BC, thank you for being here. Drift, thank you for being here. And of course, thank you to my co-host Cyborg Raptor for being here for as long as he was able to. If you would love to follow any of these wonderful people and support them in any way, shape, or form, please feel free to do so by following them on Instagram, follow them on YouTube, subscribe to them on YouTube, rather, and just show them some support. Because as I always say, support costs nothing, but it's incredibly valuable. So please do with that as you wish. Links will be down in the description down below. But before we go, let's let everyone outro themselves. So, BC.
So am I just doing the outro, or am I shameless plugging as well?
Yeah, you can do both.
So, my Omega Prime review has finally been released. So, and there is something at the end of it that I would love it if you guys would stay till the end for me, because it would mean the world. So that's number one. Number two, Scrapyard is every Friday, pretty much Friday night, as far as time is concerned. I live in Illinois. We do it at 7 p.m. So whatever 7 p.m. is for you guys, and if you're in a different state or country, obviously adjust it for that. That's when we're live for you guys. Aside from that, for those who might, the next review is going to be a collaborative review. As far as who is going to be collaborating with me on it, I'm keeping a secret. But yes, the next review, I'm finally diving into Age of the Primes, and we're going to start with Megatronus. When will I be starting his review process? I don't have the slightest fucking idea. But with that said, expect a lot of changes in how I do the reviews, and expect specifically the outros to change. So with all of that said, guys, this is BC with a message saying there is brilliance in you. You just don't see it yet. This is BC saying stay nerdy, get your geek on. Talk to you guys next time.
And yeah, thanks for everyone who pitched in and joined the conversation either through chat or on here on stream. It was really nice getting to participate in this and talk to Cyborg. I've never met him before, so that was quite cool to talk to somebody new. It's always cool to grow my circle. But yeah, if anyone would like to follow me on Instagram, it's drifts_tech. Should be the only one there. I have the profile picture right here on the StreamYard profile, so it should be the same. But I hope everyone else has a great rest of their week, and thanks for joining.
And as for me, well, we're still definitely going to continue to try having TFTC be an ongoing thing. I know I haven't been keeping up to date with it a lot. A lot's been happening behind the scenes in terms of mental and emotional health. The fact that I am currently still gripping with the fact that I'm going to be 30 in about 39 days. I still can't believe that. A lot
Age
of planning for
backwards.
the what?
Age backwards. Now instead of doing 30, just say, "Oh, yep, I'm turning 20 again."
I mean, yeah, basically with how society is nowadays, it's like 30s are the new 20s.
Pretty much. Hey, TFA,
Hey, BC.
can I make a character of you in Soul Calibur?
I don't know how to respond to that. Talk after the show, I guess. Anyway, I'm still around. I've actually been posting a lot more on Instagram. I took part in Unicron Trilogy Takeover this year. If you want to see those posts where I'm just kind of glazing Armada like crazy, feel free to do so. Check that out. Wonderful shout out, a big shout out, thank you to everyone involved for Unicron Trilogy Takeover. My friends, Transformers Legacies, Decepticons Forever 128, Jazzy Drifter 2, and Cybertronian Air Force. That was a lot of fun. We did that last month for August because Armada officially turned 23. Again, my show was younger than me. And again, unintentional rhyme. Feel free to go check those out. I also post some stories every now and then. That's why I was talking about the prices and everything today. I do have plans. I do have some stuff I would like to work on. It's just a matter of making an area to film and everything because I'm still unpacking from November of last year. So it's gonna be a while. But I'll try. So if you're looking forward to more streams, I can tell you you'll see me on other streams, whether it be Scrapyard, whether it be the Energon Den with JJ Prime, or anyone else who would have me on a stream. Or maybe you'll hear me in a project. I'll do some voices for people. You never know. In terms of my stuff, well, for starters, my logo ain't dead, so I'm still here. But we're just going to focus on TFTC for a while until I can get my momentum going again, because mental and emotional health have been kind of wonky. So bear with me on that. But if you want to keep up with updates of things in my life, things in the Transformers community and the franchise, feel free to follow me on Instagram.com. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. That's Instagram.com/TFA1024. There's a link that will be in my description down below shortly after the stream is over. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to follow me, expect some big changes in the future, by the way, because we're going to do a bit of a revamp. Spoilers. Feel free to hit that big red subscribe button so I can transform your entertainment one day at a time. But with all that being said, my bots, cons, and unaligned kind, this has been TFTC episode 89. And I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching. And also, please go check out Cyborg Raptor as well. Go follow him. He was also part of this episode. He's been doing little fan dubs of the Chibi Godzilla series. It's a lot of fun. He's a very talented voice actor who's gotten to work along the lines with TFI Creations and various other content creators. He's been a very, very dear friend of mine since the days of War for Cybertron 2010. Again, link to everyone will be in the description down below. Well, let me know your thoughts on all this happening. Let me know how you celebrated Transformers Day. Let's give a little bit of positivity in there too. But until the next episode, everyone, that's pretty much all I have to say for this one. So please remember, until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of one another, be good to one another, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. And I will catch you all in the next one. So until we meet again, my friends, this is TFA 1024, the TF Addict, rolling out. Until all is fun. Bye bye.